All right, welcome in, welcome in. Let's get this started and continue doing what we were doing. Looks like this is the way. Cleared this, right? Yes. Okay. So let's get going.
Here they come.
As you desire. All right. The light. And so I shall. As you desire. So I shall. The light. So I shall. As you desire. All right. So I shall. Delighted. Of course. All right.
Get it going.
And so I shall. As you desire. Delighted. As you desire.
Now this is more like it.
So I shall. Right. As you desire. Delighted. Delighted. And so I shall. As you desire. All right. As you desire. Of course.
Finally, we get to the good part.
As you desire. So I shall. As you desire. All right. Of course. As you desire. All right. So I shall. As you desire.
Alright. This room's clear, so we're gonna get the next one. Go.
First day they come and catch everyone. Second day, they beat us and eat some for meat. Fifth day they return and it's another girl's turn. Sixth day, her screams we hear in our dreams. Seventh day, she grew as in her mouth they spew. Eighth day, we hated as she is violated.
Right, so we're gonna go the other way.
Beware these beasts.
And so I shall. As you desire. Light. And so I shall, as you desire. All right. Light.
We are victorious again.
Did not mean to unsummon my spider. Damn it.
All right. I have finished. Complete.
Wait for Ogren to heal up.
Ninth day she grins and devours her kin. Now she does feast, as she's become the beast. First day they come and catch everyone. Second day, they beat us and eat some from meat. Third day, the men are all gnawed on again. Fourth day, we wait and fear for our fate. Fifth day they return, and it's another girl's turn. Sixth day, her screams we hear in our dreams. Seventh day, she grew as in her mouth they spew. Eighth day, we hated as she is violated. Ninth day, she grins and devours her kin. Now she does feast, as she's become the beast. First day they come and... What is this? An elf? Exotic and impossible. Feeding time brings only kin and clan. I am cruel to myself. You are a dream of strangers' faces and open doors.
Let's take a closer look at her. Appears to be suffering from high fever. Her skin is pale and she is covered in dark blotches.
First day they come and catch everyone. Corruption. The men did that. Their wounds festered and their minds left. They are like dogs, marched ahead, the first to die. Not us, not me, not Laren. We are not cut. We are fed. Friends, and flesh, and blood, and bile, and all I could do was wish Laren went first. I wished it upon her so that I would be spared, but I had to watch. I had to see the change. How do you endure that? How did Branka endure? Do not talk of Branka, of what she did. Ancestors preserve us. Forgive me. I was her captain, and I didn't stop her. Her lover, and I could not turn her. Forgive her. But no, she cannot be forgiven. Not for what she did. Not for what she has become. No more than a few breaths, but longer than an eon. It was long enough. Long enough to miss her, to love her again, to hate her more than ever. No, I swore not to speak of it, not to think of it. La, 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 la. I will not hear any more about Branka. end this. I am full of them, only a step from Laren. I dream I am away, but real safety? That means accepting. And I will not. I will not become what I have seen. Not Laren, not Branka. She became obsessed. That is the word, but it is not strong enough. Blessed stone, there was nothing left in her but the anvil.
Ooh, these things stink when you squish them.
Of course.
We tried to escape, but they found us. They took us all. Turned us.
Bonamar. I thought it would have fallen into dust by now.
All the noise and bother. As you desire. Of course. So I shall. Of course. As you desire. So I shall.
Run while you can!
So I shall. All right. As you desire. So I shall. So I shall. As you desire.
Time to get messed.
So I shall.
Could have been worse.
All over now.
They took Laren. They made her eat the others, our friends. She tore off her husband's face, drank it.
Alright, now that Legion Q we just picked up,
And while she
it
ate,
ends up opening
she
this
grew.
here so that you can get this. That's important to get.
She swelled and turned gray. She smelled like death. They weep brood, mother.
More dark spawn, I see. Blast it all anyhow. And so I shall. Ready. And so I shall. Darkspawn idea. And so I shall, as you desire. All right, so I shall. All right, as you desire. Of course, so I shall, as you desire.
Ah, good.
Where to?
All right, and so I shall. As you desire. Of course.
I'll kill it.
Speak.
All right, as you desire. So I shall. All right, of course. So I shall.
An order.
Delighted.
I am ready.
So I shall. As you desire. Delighted. And so I shall. All right. As you desire. Delighted. So I shall. Delighted.
Go.
I see it found some augmentation crystals. I was not even aware
Only
it
a
knew about
rapid
them.
conversation
Well
chat.
done. So, what does it think? They don't make me look any wider, do they? I find I'm already too wide as it is. It must be the vertical pattern it put them in. Did it know to do that? It must have. I think it should find some more as soon as possible. I want to glitter from ear to ear, so to speak.
That's where they come from. That's why they hate us. That's why they need us. That's why they take us. That's why they feed us. But the true abomination is not that it occurred, but that it was allowed. Branka, my love. The stone has punished me, dream friend. I am dying of something worse than death. Betrayal.
Yes, it kind of just says a win. We went into conversation midway through. Okay. Sure. Alright, let's take a look at our levels up in inventory. Alright, our inventory is pretty full, so we need to go empty our inventory and then we'll come back and do the Anvil of the Void. First things first, we're gonna hit the bender, and then we're gonna go up to the diamond quarter and go to the shaper and turn in the dead cast.
Have you seen my lunch? It's a piece of lichen bread with a spread of old cheese and shredded dried meat. I'm only asking because you never know who's going to get hungry. Right. Best in the trade, you know. I work the ore myself.
We have to grab the other book, so we're gonna grab the other book first. And tell this person about Brock.
I didn't expect you back so soon. Have you been to the deep roads already? What is it? Is he dead? Oh, please don't torment me. Crazy. Oh, ancestors, save him. I've heard of this. Lost soldiers turning on each other, eating darkspawn flesh. Is that what happened to my boy? Why didn't you bring him home? Such a good boy. Still thinking of me after all he's been through. I have to go to him. He needs me. Oh, he must be so frightened out there, so lonely. I thank you for what you've done. Even if you couldn't be bothered with more. Take this. It's my husband's masterwork, the first shield he smithed. I was saving it for Ruck, but I want you to have it. As my thanks.
Back to buy something, I hope. I want that surface wealth coming back to us, Balin's ascension willing. I'll take your gold. You're good for that.
Yes. Where are we now? Dare I even ask?
Lord Balin swears revenge on Grey Wardens.
Hey, Renagro, how's it going? Welcome in, welcome in.
Grey Wardens
If I need to adjust any sounds, just let me know.
Orzamar's military. Lord Balin issued clear edicts questioning
Alright, so we gotta tell Orta.
I started to worry. I didn't know if you were ever coming back. Did you find any records? Any sign of the old Orton Tig?
I have the records right here.
You found them? Let me see. That's my great-grandmother's name. And her husband! Oh, great ancestors, it's them! It's me! I am an Orton. Oh, thank you. I have to take these to the assembly right away. Find me there. Once these are acknowledged, I'll give you any reward.
All right. Come over here for the dead cast. Make sure you put it over here. In the
I
memories.
hope you find what you're looking for.
There we go. Now let's leave. Actually, let's make sure.
Ah, you return, Warden. Is there more you would know from Orzamar's memories?
Nope. Okay.
Your
cool.
presence has been recorded in the memories. I wish you well.
No, the stream sounds fine. Don't sound like you're well. Sounds like you're coming down the cold. No, I actually spent yesterday in the emergency room. From it was basically my insides all getting extremely inflamed from stress, and I'm on the recovery side of it now. But yeah, that's what it is. I'm recovering from the stress-induced problems I had yesterday.
My name's Orta. After the old Orton house, they gave our seat back. And the records show which houses still owe House Orton money. One day, I will be able to properly thank you for all you've done for me.
Alright, so we're gonna do this one to Lynn Harrimont, the support.
I will. And I don't know what treasure is left, but whatever I get, you can have as much as you want. I'll have to find someone willing to look. Maybe a whole expedition. If the Tig is still there, it must have something. House Orton will not forget this kindness. Didn't that sound official?
Alright, so that completes that. We'll double check our inventory before we head out, and then we'll finish this area up.
Grey Wardens endorse paralyzing Orzamar's military. Lord Balin is...
Could the end of Orzamar be nigh?
Turn to Lord Harrimont and assure them...
Which, by the way, folks, for those who may have missed it, the Looty Loot link on Twitch that was just posted, that one is the new store. We have a new store, has new merchandise, different suppliers. So, if you guys haven't checked it out, make sure you guys go do that. Alright, let's do the Anvil of the Void section now. Alright, so we're in the final area. We're going to summon our spider, which is the upgraded version. Poisonous spider.
If Branka is anywhere, this has to be it. She will not be unprepared.
Alright, sounds good, Chief. Save our game.
What's that?
Let me be blunt with you. After all this time, my tolerance for social graces is fairly limited. That doesn't bother you, I hope.
Well, shave my back and call me an elf. Branka, by the stone, I barely recognized you.
Ogren. It figures you'd eventually find your way here. Hopefully you can find your way back more easily. And how shall I address you? Hired sword of the latest lordling to come looking for me? Or just the only one who didn't mind Ogren's ale breath?
Be respectful, woman. You're talking to a Grey Warden.
Ah, so an important errand boy, then. I suppose something serious has happened. Is Enrin dead? That seems most likely. He was on the old and wheezy side. Then what is your involvement in this? Why would a surfacer be interested in dwarven politics? You must have a patron. A highly placed patron. And they must want something in particular. Now, what might that be? I don't care if the Assembly puts a drunken monkey on the throne. Because our protector, our great invention, the thing that once made our armies the envy of the world, is lost to the very dark spawn it should be fighting. The Anvil of the Void. The means by which the ancients forged their army of golems and held off the first archdemon ever to rise. It's here, so close I can taste it.
So now if you brought Shale with you, we're going to start getting unique dialogue the further into this section of the deep roads that we get. I remember the first time I played through this part of the game, it took hours to finish Orzammar. That's fair. Orzammar can be pretty long until you can memorize where you need to go, what you need to do, the orders it all needs to happen in, because you spend a lot of time just looking for shit. So I totally get that.
And you assume, after all my efforts, you'll be able to waltz in and seize the anvil without a hitch? How typically arrogant. The anvil lies on the other side of a gauntlet of traps designed by Caradon himself. My people and I have given body and soul to unlocking its secrets. This is what's important. This has lasting meaning. If I succeed, the dwarven people benefit. Kings, politics, all that is transitory. I've given up everything and would sacrifice anything to get the Anvil of the Void.
I watched the Veilguard trailer and a bit of gameplay on YouTube, and they've added new characters in Veilguard. They have. So they've added new characters, however, the factions that they've added are not new. They're actually from the books. It's a Tevinter book. I can't remember the name of the title right now. But the factions that they're introducing in Veilguard are factions from the book series. So they are pre-existing. They do have established lore. So it'll be interesting to see how much of the lore they translate over versus rewrite. And I will say I watched the gameplay trailer too. I watched all of it. And it's given me very heavy, Dragon Age 2 vibes as far as gameplay, combat mechanics, speech mechanics. So we'll see how much of it translates, and there's a couple things there that I was confused with. Like they said you can only have, the rumor was you can only have 2 companions instead of 3, but very clearly in the trailer at a certain point you're running around with 3. So I'm curious if that's just for the story, if you have control of all 3, or if you only have control of 2 of the 3. The other thing is that every time in the gameplay trailer they went to go use their special move, they had to open this pause menu. So I'm curious if you have to do that for every time you want to use an ability, or if there's a quick button for it, a quick action, The other thing is they broke Bianca in the gameplay trailer. And in the gameplay trailer, it says that it's early in the game. If you break Bianca, are you implying that Varric's going to die in the beginning? Because Varric doesn't go without Bianca. Not to mention you changed Varric from a redhead in 2 games to now he has black hair. So are you killing him? Is that why you're dramatically changing him? So that it's more dark and ominous? So I have questions. But the combat looks like the player's involved very heavily, so I'm very pleased with that. And they brought the emotional icons back to show you what the emotion inference is for the speech options, which I really appreciate. And they changed the way that Pride Demons look. Pride Demons don't look the same anymore. They changed them again. Or changed characters again. The Pride Demons now look like Storm Antronox instead of the typical Pride Demon. So that's interesting. It'll be interesting to see what else has changed as far as enemy models go. So, but overall, I'm still excited about it just because the combat looks like it's super involved. Story looks like it's still super important. So I'm hoping that whatever changes they end up having in the final product, that they're positive improvements. That's what I'm hoping for. So I just that combat thing, that whole opening up the wheel menu essentially and pausing everything to use an ability, I really hope they were just doing that for the showcasing and that's not how you have to play, because man, that's gonna make combat a bitch to go through. At least on console anyways.
Enough questions. If you wish me to get involved with this imbecilic election, I must first have the anvil. There's only one way out, Warden. Forward. Through Caridon's maze, and out to where the anvil waits.
What has this place done to you? I remember marrying a girl you could talk to for 1 minute and see her brilliance.
I am your paragon.
Yeah, no, they changed the Pride Demon. It looked, okay, so you remember in Inquisition, the very first big demon you fight when you close the very first rift, well, not very first rift, the second rift, the main rift for the prologue section, where you have all of the archers and mages on the side, you have the soldiers down in the middle with you, and you're all fighting to close, and there's one demon that shows up, right? And he's got the purple electricity everywhere, and he puts armor on himself, and you gotta blast the veil opening. I can't remember the name of them, but you gotta blast the veil tear to remove his armor, do damage to him, and rinse and repeat until he dies. That's a Pride Demon. The one that they had in the trailer, the one they had in the gameplay trailer, that one was a Storm Atronach that they called the Pride Demon, and instead of it being blue, it was purple. It looked a lot like the Lyrium. Lyrium Atronachs are another good example of them, but those ones were red, right? So it looks like they're getting away from... They're changing again, right? Which we saw from the first game to the second game was a good thing. Like, they changed the way the Darkspawn looked. They changed the way the Ogres looked, right? So they did make positive changes as far as enemy models go from the first game to the second game. Second game to the third game kept them and added new ones. And then it looks like Veilguard is taking what is established and changing them again further. So hopefully it's for the positive. But like I said, we'll see when it comes out. I know I'm excited for it. I know I do have concerns, but I am excited overall. So I'm still going to be pre-ordering. I'm still going to be playing it day one. But yeah, there was a few changes there. But again, I'll withhold judgment until we've done a complete and total playthrough and see how it all works together.
I needed people to test Caridon's trust. There's no way to break through such trial and error. The men, they were all mine, pledged to be my house, and they didn't want to help. They tried to leave me, even my Hesped. But even she couldn't.
I'm sensing more Darkspawn. Delighted, and so I shall. Of course. Delighted.
When you guys pick fights in these games, try to use the terrain to your advantage.
So I shall.
Playing right now.
So I shall. Delighted. Of course. All right. Delighted, as you desire.
So, for example, in this fight, there's a couple places in the game where you could really use the terrain to your advantage. This is one of them. Rather than facing all of them here in the open, if we come over here, where we fought from, it forces them to come around the barrier, limiting the amount of damage we're taking while they're moving, and it allows us to cut down some of their numbers before they all can see us and attack us.
I've watched a lot of humans in my time. It should be aware that I've decided that it is not much like any of them.
Because I'm not human?
Oh, it's not just that. Well, I'm sure that's part of it, but it's not only that. Surely it must come from some superior lineage, yes? Some breed of flesh creature that has decided to elevate its genetic stock above its natural shortcomings?
Very likely on Dalish, after all.
Then that must be it. The humans have always spoken about elves being inferior, but obviously this is their own stupidity talking. I would appreciate if it didn't spread around that I said anything. Humans might start to get the wrong idea. They might start thinking their race is not completely hopeless.
So it's not stupidity that makes the humans treat elves that way. It's their insecurities that make them treat the elves that way. It's just like regular, real-life human insecurities. Everyone is always fearful of what is different until they get to understand it, and then it's no longer unknown or different, right? So that's what that is. It's insecurity from fear of the unknown and what is different.
Now, let us crush something into a fine paste before it starts to think I've gone all soft. Perish the thought.
I'm sensing more dark spots. And so I shall.
Limiting numbers again. We got 2 down before the barrier. Look, there's another one sitting around the barrier. Limiting numbers by, and we kept the magic user out of the fight entirely. It's the last one. Limiting numbers by using the terrain. So helpful. Make sure you take advantage of that whenever you can.
No idea how they carried up begging to die. They had pledged me their loyalty. They had no right to fight me. They say your order is renowned for its wit.
Darkspawn, slay them all! You will learn to fear me!
And so I shall, as you desire. And so I shall. All right. And so I shall, as you desire. All right. As you desire. Of course.
A fine blow!
And so I shall. Delighted. All right.
Oh, this should be good.
As you desire. Of course.
Margaret wins again.
These things stink when you squish them.
All right. As you desire.
It is a good day.
As you desire. All right. And so I shall. As you desire. Delighted. Of course. Delighted.
Matter of fact, this is the first change they've made to the Pride Demon, because in all 3 games, the Pride Demon has been the same. So it's one of the few that they didn't alter. So the fact that they're altering it in Veilguard, I mean, it also kind of makes sense. It has to evolve with the game series, right? Alright. Here's what we gotta do in here. Ignore the columns initially. Get on the sides and close these gas valves. That clears the gas, so you're no longer taking environmental damage, and that allows you to pop the button. scale is so much smaller than these golems, it's so funny.
Yes?
See there? That's a trap.
And then one of these two wakes up.
Alright. As you decide.
Fantastic.
Alright.
Thanks, buds. Oh shit. That one almost killed me. I know, right? It makes me think, like, is she defective? Is that why she's so small? Was she part of, like, the alpha testing?
And so I shall. As you desire. Alright. So I shall.
Being winged on all those decades must have slowed me down.
Or was she part of, like, the last prototypes? You know, that's the other question. Was she one of the first ones, or was she one of the last ones? Because even though we know for sure Shale is a female because she says that she was a female dwarf prior, she's the only golem that is this small. So we know that it's not because she's a female, because that would mean there would also be smaller golems mixed in with the bigger golems. So we know it's not that. So she's just a different type of golem entirely. So that's the other unique thing about her is, and she was altered. She was also altered by an enchanter to be able to take on the gems that she takes on. So that's the other thing, is like how much of the alteration actually changed her size. Ah, this puzzle. Alright, so the best thing for this puzzle,
Get along? No?
get around the backside.
So I shall.
Kill the spirit first. Shoot. Alright, we're gonna stop. Because they've got 2 spirit mandibles done.
I have done it. I have finished.
Delirium things will heal you. For everyone, I think except for the dwarf. The dwarf's the only one who won't heal. Alright, killed. There we go.
You cannot win!
The light is all right. So I shall. As you desire.
gotta make sure you're popping this every chance you get.
All right. Of course. And so I shall. Delighted. As you desire. Of course. Delighted. Right. And so I shall. As you desire. Delighted. All right. Of course. I have done it. All right. Complete.
Great job.
Complete.
That's what I like to see.
Alright.
It beckons.
Of course.
Yes.
Turn that back on. Don't know how that got turned off. Alright. Let's do this. Wrap around. Look at that, some rocks. I'm not too sure. I think she may have been one of the first, but who can say for sure? That's true, because like they hint a lot of things, but they never... The big thing with her is like they give you just enough information to let you know that she was part of this project. It was voluntary. She's a female.
I have finished.
And then past that, it's like records were lost. But she is unique in the regard she is the only golem in the entire series that is like this. Now I'm going to tell you guys something really important here. You have Shale with you, and you want to keep Shale in your party, and you don't want to have to fight Shale. You have to side with Carradine. If you side with Bronca, Shale you'll permanently lose her as an ally, and she will fight you, and you do have to kill her here. So we're going to side with Carradine. But remember that if you bring Shale, you don't have a choice if you want to keep her.
My name is Carradine. Once, longer ago than I care to think, I was a paragon to the dwarves of Orzammar.
Carradine, the Paragon Smith. Alive?
Ah, there is a voice I recognize. Shale of the House of Kadash. Step forward.
You know my name. Is it you that forged me then? Is it you that gave me my name?
Have you forgotten then? It has been so long. I made you into the golem you are now, Shale. But before that you were a dwarf, just as I was. The finest warrior to serve King Valtor, and the only woman to volunteer.
The only woman?
Volunteer is the key phrase there.
I laid you on the anvil of the void, here in this very room, and put you into the form you now possess.
The anvil of the void? That is what we seek.
If you seek the anvil, then you must care about my story, or be doomed to relive it.
You made the anvil, I take it?
Though I made many things in my time, I rose to fame and earned my status based on a
certainly sounds like she was one of the first, though.
The anvil of the void. It allowed me to forge a man of steel or stone, as flexible and clever as any soldier. As an army, they were invincible, but I told no one the cost. No mere smith, however skilled, has the power to create life. To make my golems live, I had to take their lives from elsewhere.
10 feet tall and invulnerable, I can think of worse fates.
It was an option I could offer warriors who would volunteer to defend their homeland, and some took it. But King Valtor became greedy. He began to force men, casteless and criminals, his political enemies, all of them were to be given to the anvil. It took feeling the hammer's blow myself to realize the height of my crimes.
And as we've seen, there are plenty of people in politics, crimes, cast lists that are all female. So there is still room there for other women to have been included at some point. However, the fact that she is the only small golem still argues the fact that unless it was exclusively men, because he only said that she's the only woman to volunteer. He didn't say she was the only woman that ever went through the process. So I really don't think the golem size is dictated by their gender. I think it's dictated by the method.
Not revenge. The blow of the hammer opened my eyes. My apprentices knew enough to make me as I am, but not enough to fashion a control rod. I retained my mind. You were amongst the most loyal, Shea. You remained at my side throughout, and at the end, I sent you away out of mercy.
I do not remember.
We have remained entombed here ever since, and I have sought a way to destroy the anvil. Alas, I cannot do it myself. No golem can touch it.
No! The anvil is mine! No one will take it from me!
Shale, you fought to destroy the anvil once. Do not allow it to fall into unthinking hands again!
You speak of things I do not remember. You say we fought. Did you use our control rods to command us to do so?
I destroyed the rods. Perhaps my apprentices eventually learned to replace the rods. I do not know. But if so, then all they need is the anvil to make all the slaves they need. You, please, help me destroy the anvil. Do not let it enslave more souls than it already has.
You are a paragon. I'll help you if you support a new king.
Don't listen! He's been trapped here for 1,000 years, stewing in his own madness. Help me claim the anvil, and you will have an army like you've never seen!
Bronca, you mad, bleeding nugtail! Does this thing mean so much to you that you can't even see what you've lost to get it?
Look around. Is this what our empire should look like? A crumbling tunnel filled with dark spawn spume? The anvil will let us take back our glory!
So it fights with Caradin? Good. That seems right.
Have you no desire to discover this anvil's potential? It is a marvel, a tool of creation. You could rival the Maker himself with this instrument. If you destroy the anvil, I swear you will regret it.
And we're gonna persuade.
You would not dare.
Wouldn't I if I only cared for power?
I would rather not find out. Fine. Destroy it if it pleases you.
Thank you, stranger. Your compassion shames me.
Alright, let's do this fight.
You're not the only master smith here, Caradin. Golems, obey me! Attack!
A control rod! My friend! You must help me! I cannot stop her alone!
Don't look now.
So I shall. Here we go! You could have just given up, you know. So I shall. All right. So I shall. All right. Of course. So I shall.
Why is there two Broncos?
So I shall.
What the hell?
All right. Why do they bother?
So before before you go talk to Carradine again. Come right on over here to the Golem Registry and make sure you get a rubbing. Shale, do you recognize this at all?
No. Perhaps it thinks I should. It may have something to do with Carradine's words. If there is some way to make a copy of these runes, I am willing to study them. Perhaps there is something to be gleaned from them. I know not.
Ogren?
Names. Long list of dwarves. Wait, hold on. We honor who have made this sacrifice. Let their names be remembered. Fart me a lullaby. It's a memorial of all the dwarves who became golems. Has to be. If there were some way of getting this back to the Shaper at Norzimar, I bet they'd brown their trousers and pay good gold for it. Probably both.
Alright, so take the tracing. Continue, and then we gotta make sure to turn that in the Shaper. So once you've done all your looting, right, don't go way back there yet. Do all your looting in here first, and then talk to Carradine.
Another life lost because of my invention. I wish no mention of it had made it into history.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. Stupid woman. Always knew the anvil would kill her.
How is it that the woman was not able to disable me as she did you, Carradine?
I do not know. Have you been altered?
I once had a pathetic little mage of a master. He did something to me, experimented on me, and then I killed him, and it rendered me paralyzed.
Perhaps he was bringing forth old memories, and caused you to remember the time when you fought at my side. The paralysis you speak of always resulted when the Master perished. As for your free will, you were always a strong woman, Shell. I am pleased to see you remain such.
I don't know what to say. Thank you.
Do not thank me. All of this is my doing, my legacy. But at least it ends here. I thank you for standing with me, stranger. The anvil waits there for you to shatter it.
Yes, excellent idea. Just destroy it now, after all this.
Is there any boon I can grant you for your aid? A final favor before I am freed from my burden?
Alright, I need a Paragon support to settle an election. Now here's the thing. He just got done telling us that a golem cannot touch the anvil. That's why he could not destroy it, right?
For the aid you've given me,
so then explain this to me.
I shall put hammer to steel one last time, and give you a crown for the king of your choice.
Sure looks like he's touching it to me.
Give it to whom you will. I do not wish to hear their names, nor anything more of them. I have already lived far beyond my time. I have no place here.
I'm not gonna lie. You know how dope it would be if they just brought him back and was like, hey Carradine, you're a paragon, right? You belong to a noble house that's on the assembly. Why don't we just make you king, bud? Who's gonna argue with you? You're a golem who lives forever. You would have consistent leadership for the first time in the dwarven history. Don't do it, bud. Come back and be king.
Eternal thanks, stranger. A trust in all tongue sharp. May you always find your way in the dark.
That pretty much beat the sod out of how I imagined it. You ready to head back yet and share the news? Yeah, those Deshers have been trying to destroy the city for years.
Thank you for the arc. I greatly appreciate it.
Haven't managed yet.
They got these offshoots on the top and bottom. One's a golem and one's like a dragon dog thing. So I'm curious, like, what those places are. And what those
Lords
places
of the
are.
Assembly, I call for order. This argument gets us nowhere.
Then why these delaying tactics? I call for a vote right now. My father has one living child to assume the Idukan throne. Who would deny him that?
Your father made me swear on his deathbed you would not succeed him.
I apologize for the interruption, Lord Steward, but the Grey Warden has returned.
We should let the Warden speak. What news do you bring?
Caridin was trapped in the body of a golem. This Warden granted him the mercy he sought, releasing him and destroying the Anvil of the Void. Before he died, Caridin forged a crown for Orzamar's next king, chosen by the ancestors themselves.
And we are supposed to trust this? The word of a drunken sot and a Grey Warden known to be in Harrowmont's pocket?
Silence! This crown is of Paragon make, and bears House Ortan's ancient seal. Tell us, Warden, whom did Caridin choose?
I appreciate your forthrightness, Warden. You have acted with grace through this entire torturous process.
Let the memories find you worthy. First amidst the lords of the houses, the King of Orzammar.
I will not abide by this!
The ancestors have spoken.
Would you let a surfacer decide the fate of the dwarves?
Watch out! They brought weapons!
Guards!
Is it time to do something else?
I should like it!
I admit I did not think even Balin would defy the word of a paragon, nor that so many would follow him. But most of Orzammar has seen him for what he really is, and I trust we will bring this insurgency under control.
So, we restored House Orton to the Assembly, and then we got the Paragon of House Orton to forge the crown. So, House Orton came out winning across the board on this one.
Indeed. More than anyone but my wife, Warden, and I thank you for it. Those loyal to the throne will begin preparations for a surface mission immediately. Orzammar will fulfill its treaties. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must get to the palace and set our plans in motion.
While I was playing Dragon Age earlier, I totally missed a fight. I was looking, and my peeps went ahead and handled the looting, and the next... Yeah, see, that's the wonderful thing about the companion system, is like, if you build them right and you keep up with their gear, they can handle most of the things for you. It's pretty amazing. Don't I get a statue?
I'll talk to a sculptor, see what we can do. This is the staff I carried as King Endrin II. Take it as a reminder of your place in Orzammar. I wish you luck against the Blight Warden. May we foster another 4 centuries of peace.
How awesome would that be if...
Your role in this election will long be remembered.
How awesome would that be if, like, they actually built the statue, and the dwarves actually had a statue of an elf in their kingdom of all places. Alright. Let's get out of here. Oh, I should know the... Where you asked for a plaque? Yep, I asked for a plaque from the, Chantry. Alright, you need more magic. I'll give you more dexterity, too. I want you to have flaming weapons. Alright, so because we helped the Legion of the Dead get recognized, we're going to talk to this dude here.
If I'd heard it secondhand, I'd have called it a sodding lie. Warden, we've got a king because of you. The rest, impressive, but the Legion is grateful most for restored leadership. It frees us to fight to the Darkspawn properly. Nay, our place is down here. When you break the Blight, and you've got the skill, we'll make sure they have nowhere to retreat. You'll have us indirectly. That's more than any surfacer can say.
Persuade. Always do the persuade.
You alone have the skill to back up your words. Each of the Legion owes our homeland a death, but if our lives are better shed on the surface, so be it. Back to Orzammar when we win, though. I'll not stay topside to lose my stone sense.
So now, because we made them part of the cast, the noble houses, and we did pass the persuade option, in the final battle, when we call our allies into battle, we'll actually see Legion of Dead Dwarven warriors mixed in with the Dwarven soldiers. It's pretty cool.
Impressive work, Warden. King Haramont's impending coronation has been entered into the memories. Is there something more I can help you with?
So we're going to give them the tracings.
What's this? A list of names. Most of these clans no longer even exist. Is this authentic?
You bet your hairy arson is. Taken from a tablet in Caridin's fortress, no less.
Then is it true? The rumors of Caridin's so-called volunteers? Extraordinary! I would love to make a copy of this. The Shaperate has never had much information on Caridin and his golems, much less proof of this magnitude. Warden, I hope this artifact from our archives will suffice as a reward. I must inform the Shaperate at once.
Does using the skills like Persuade make them more stronger? So, in the dwarf situation, the Legion of the Dead soldiers tend to be tougher and kill better on the battlefield than regular dwarf soldiers. So if you don't have the persuade, you just don't get them. But it doesn't really affect everyone else. The way that when we leave Ozarmar here and we go back to camp, I'll show you how you actually improve your allies. Because you can make the troops stronger. But there's a very specific way to do it for each race. And it's done at your camp. But that persuade option for the Dwarven army, it does sprinkle in elite units, yes. But that's the only one.
Give me a moment. By the stone. I feel like I'm about to fall off the world with all that sky up there.
Take your time.
If I could fight Randar Volney's second after downing 15 lichen ales in half an hour, I'm not gonna be put off by a high sodding ceiling. Well, let's get moving. We're losing, daylight.
I love Oghren. He's my favorite. And anytime that Oghren is available as a companion, we're always going to have him in the party. Just because I love him that much. He is my favorite Dragon Age character of all time. Alright, so we're going to get back to the camp. We're going to see what we can do to upgrade our dwarf soldiers to start. So very first place we're going is party camp.
The Blight. How will you end it?
We have to fight the Archdemon.
Is that all? It is surrounded by an ocean of darkspawn. How will you reach it? If you reach it, how will you slay it? You say you are a Grey Warden. I have heard stories of this order.
What does that have to do with anything?
Great strategists and peerless warriors. That is what we hear of the Wardens. So far, I am not impressed.
I'm not here to impress you, bud.
Evidently not. It remains only to see what you are here for.
What a dick. Alright, so, once you recruit a faction, they have an emissary. And they have a box right here. And what you can do is you can see it says turn in gems for the dwarves. So all the gems we've been collecting, we can turn them in here, and it improves the quality of the equipment that the soldiers bring into the fight. So we're going to give everything. We have to do each one individually. And then when you're out, it'll just say leave.
Everything brings us closer to victory.
But yeah, so the more you donate, the better their equipment is, because everyone starts out with like the lowest tier of equipment. And if you donate enough, there's not a way to track it, but if you donate enough, they will go into the final battle with like tier 7, which is the highest tier for base game. So that you can actually build them up to that point for each of the people, each of the groups you recruit. Alright, so we recruited them. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to head out and we are going to go deal with... Actually, hold on. We got a lot of stuff to do real quick. So those that did not accompany us have level ups. Dexterity. Oh, you're good on that. Let's upgrade this, that, maybe that. Alright, everybody is geared up. So the gems you're left with are the gems that can't be used, so you can sell all these. There we go. It doesn't look right. Yep, I forgot. Popcorn and pineapple pizza. We are going to be bringing... Where is he? Sten. All right. I could have sworn there was a murder in my chin grabbing guy. I have no idea what that means. Alright, so we need Ogren, Morrigan,
Yes.
Sten. And again, you're going to run into this glitch, so you go to the map, you go to Ferelden, and what we are going to do is we are going to go to Lake Calenhead Docks first. Oh, I thought there was an already made burger emoticon. Okay, that's fair.
I bring word, sire. There are demands from the Banorn that you step down from the Regency. They are said to be gathering their forces, as are your allies. It appears it will be civil war after all, despite the Darkspawn. Pity. I also have an interesting report. There seem to be Grey Wardens who survived Ostagar. How, I don't know. But they will act against you. I have arranged for a solution, with your leave.
The Antivan Crows send their regards.
An assassin? Against Grey Wardens, we will need the very best.
And the most expensive.
Just get it done.
What shall we do here? The light.
Man, there's part of me that wants to do this ending now.
The light.
I don't know if I can do it that way. I gotta think on that.
All right, of course.
In the tower at the beginning, where you light a thing for the fight, I was annoyed with myself for not seeing the dog trains to open them, and no. Honestly, most people miss that. That is a super common thing for people to miss. And the other thing is like if you don't get it early enough in the fight, the dogs won't help you in the down the hall either. So it's like it is you have to know about it before walking into that room, and then specifically target it immediately, and then pull the enemies in a specific direction. So super easily missed. Yep, just did thereafter. Exactly. But yeah, like I said, super easily missed. So we've talked to Sten. He told us about losing his sword, fighting the Darkspawn, killing the farmer and his family, and he lost it at Lake Calenhead Docks by the Circle Tower. So there's this dude here. If you bring Sten with you, after having that conversation, you can talk to this guy.
Back off! I was here first! Why, you looking to buy one? Oh, is he? Well, that's... see, I'd like to sell you one, but I don't, have any myself. I got part of a glove the wolves didn't chew too badly, though. I think it was a glove, anyway. I know, don't say it, I got cheated. I knew the guy who was here before me. He sold me this spot. Said he found giants and all kind of crazy valuables. He didn't mention that he'd taken everything but the bones and the dirt already. His name's Ferrin. Squirrely little bastard, if you ask me. Which you didn't, but I said it anyway.
And where is he now?
He was going to Orzammar, he said. I imagine he's gotten there by now. If you find him, tell him I sent you. It'll scare the piss out of him.
Alright, and we gotta level up out of that. Let's go with 138 there. Let's increase our constitution. Let's check our rogue archery stuff first. Oh. We're gonna take this Master Archer course, so we're gonna go this way. Alright, so one more thing while we're here.
I ever mentioned I can't swim?
Right down here, there's a deserter.
What business would the mighty Grey Wardens have with a man like me?
And this is, again, from the Blackstone irregulars that we picked up in Lothering.
Oh? What is this about? How sad it is to see a Grey Warden manipulated. But I have no time to straighten this out for you. Men, let's teach the Grey Warden a lesson about trust. Haha, they're all so eager to die, aren't they?
As you desire. Of course. All right. Of course. And so I shall. Delighted.
All right. Grab the guild supplies. Now, right over here, you have a mage collective liaison. It's kind of like the Chanters board in the first game. I mean, in the first town of Lothering. You talk to them.
You're the Grey Warden, aren't you? Exactly who I was hoping to meet. I represent a collective of mages interested in going about their lives without the constant scrutiny of the Chantry.
So, Blackstone Irregulars, the Chanters board, this is the Mage Collective, and they have a bunch of little tiny quests as well.
Next to me, and in every major settlement, you will find an inconspicuous sack containing requests from mages all over the land who need the assistance of someone skillful and discreet.
I'll take a look at these requests.
Thank you, my friend. We have agents in every major settlement to reward you for work done on behalf of the collective. Make us smile upon you.
So then it gives you another series of things to collect.
A little something extra for friendship.
And that's because we had a quest.
Good to
we
see
had
you
the
again.
ingredients for one of the quests. It was some of the herbal remedies that we've picked up. Alright, so we're not going to come here yet, because we're going to come back here for a quest Ogren is going to send us to. If you want to do the circle tower, you can now. You can cut it straight across, talk to this dude, get inside. But once you're inside, you're stuck. So do not go in there until you are absolutely ready and you have the party you want with you. So we're going to leave first and go back to the Frostback Mountains. Alright, so when you see this come up, and it looks exactly like this is an ambush. The Antivan Crow assassin that was hired by Logain, this is his ambush. This, the character's name is Zevran, for those who don't know. And Zevran is he's an elf assassin who is actually recruitable and romanceable. So, you gotta make sure you do this right. Kill everybody, and then you talk to him, and during the dialogue, you get to basically convince him to work for you.
Oh, thank the Maker. We need help. They attacked the wagon. Please help us. Follow me. I'll take you to them.
Make sure you save your game, because this fight can be difficult for some people.
See there? That's a trap.
The Grey Warden dies here!
All the noise and bombs. So I shall.
Take out the minions. They die pretty easily at this point. Zevran will go down fairly simply too.
Then finish.
Delighted, as you desire.
This is where being an archer comes in handy because you don't have to move from this position to be able to hit everybody.
As you desire. All right, of course. So I shall. All right. Delighted.
We are victorious again.
So loot everybody and leave Zevran for the last. Ah, never mind. Wake him up and talk to him. Do not kill him.
Oh, what? I rather thought I would wake up dead, or not wake up at all, as the case may be. But I see you haven't killed me yet. Ah, so I am to be interrogated. Let me save you some time. My name is Zevran. Zev to my friends. I am a member of the Antivan Crows, brought here for the sole purpose of slaying any surviving Grey Wardens, which I have failed at, sadly.
Who hired you to kill us?
A rather taciturn fellow in the capital. Logain, I think his name was. Yes, that's it.
Alright, what are the Antivan Crows, for those who don't know?
An order of assassins, of course, out of Antiva. I suppose you wouldn't hear much of them out here, but where I come from, we're rather infamous.
Okay. You came all the way from... Alright, let's go with why are you telling me all this?
Why not? I wasn't paid for silence. Not that I offered it for sale, precisely.
Aren't you at least loyal to your employers?
Loyalty is an interesting concept. If you wish, and you're done interrogating me, we can discuss it further.
I'm listening.
Well, here's the thing. I failed to kill you, so my life is forfeit. That's how it works. If you don't kill me, the crows will. Thing is, I like living. And you obviously are the sort to give the crows pause, so let me serve you instead.
Alright. So, what do you want in there we go. And what's to stop you from finishing the job later?
To be completely honest, I was never given much of a choice regarding joining the crows. They bought me on the slave market when I was a child. I think I paid my worth back to them plus tenfold. The only way out, however, is to sign up with someone they can't touch. Even if I did kill you now, they might just kill me on principle for failing the first time. Honestly, I'd rather take my chances with you.
I mean, legitimately, that sounds like good reasoning and great motivation. Now, here's the thing with Zevran. When you accept him, it's super important to get his affinity up, maxed out, and keep him on your good side when you're having conversations. Because later on, there is a forced scene where you have to deal with the Antivan Crows. And depending on your standing relationship with Zevran, will determine whether or not he sides with you or sides with the Crows. So, you want to make sure that you get his affinity up and keep it up as much as possible. The other thing that's really cool is if you get him to survive this storyline, because there's a few times where different various companions can die by your choices. But if you can get them to hit him specifically to survive in Dragon Age 2, he will reappear again. And then in Dragon Age Inquisition, he actually is a mission on the war map that you can send your advisors off to go deal with, and he can help you that way too. So he'll continue to be parts of the game if he survives, which is another reason why you should keep him alive and keep him happy.
I happen to be a very loyal person, up until the point where someone expects me to die for failing. That's not a fault, really, is it? I mean, unless you're the sort who would do the same thing, in which case I don't come very well recommended, I suppose.
I mean, that's a fair line to draw for loyalty, right? Like, if you fail, you die? I don't know. Sometimes failure's not within your control. Like, shit happens, man.
A fine plan. But I would examine your food and drink far more closely from now on, were I you.
That's excellent advice for anyone.
We're taking the elf? Oh, fine. Fine. I see standards are just falling down all over the place.
I see. Are we now supposed to engage in some manner of archetypal dwarf-elf banter, my friend?
Nah.
I hereby pledge my oath of loyalty to you until such a time as you choose to release me from it. I am your man, without reservation. This I swear.
Alright, so we're going to keep the party the way it is currently. We'll deal with Zevran later, because we need to get Sten's story progressed to a certain point. Alright.
I await your command.
Talk to you right now. There we go. Now we can finish the looting. Level him up. Alright, looks like we got everything. So now we can leave. Alright, so now that we're returning and we have Sten with us, and we've talked to the guy at the Callahan docks, we'll be able to talk to the shady dude out front, get the information, and then that'll send us to the next place. Which is actually the final location. So now we can talk to this guy.
Step right, maker's breath. Oh, beg your pardon, friend, you, startled me a bit. Word? With me?
Where is my sword?
I don't know what you mean, sir.
Just kill him, Stan. We'll search his belongings for it.
I don't have it, I swear by Andraste's knickers. I sold it on the way here.
Who did you sell it to?
A dwarf near Redcliffe. Dwyn, I think his name was.
If you're lying, we'll be back.
I'm not, I promise you.
We'll see.
Alright, and that tells us where the next place we gotta go to is. Now, here's the thing. This is the one time we're switching Argren out. Because we need Sten the first time we go here. You have to have Sten with you. And you need to do it in this order. It is the easiest way to do it and not make a mistake. Because you can miss getting his sword. So now, we're going to head to camp first. And we are going to... Alistair, there we go, bud. At 38 strength, good. Now we're going to bring your constitution up. Give you tactical slots. Passive blows. And then we're going to go and give you proper equipment now. $42, are you kidding me? God dang. Okay. Let's see, 26, 59, 27, it's better. It's just better. Okay. You can wield it with... If I don't give you the helmet, you can wield it. So I just gotta keep that helmet on you for now. Did that really change your stats that much, bud? Strength is at 43, and I know I just put it at 38, so 5? Jeez. Okay. Well, okay then. Sten, let's hook you back up, bud. Alright, Zevran, my friend. You need that there. Melee critical chance, yes. Ooh. That Shadow of Empire. Well, I'm not gonna run you, so it doesn't matter. Alright, let's get his affinity up as well. Before we forget.
Something you need? I'm sure either my boy or I can help you out. I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Sorry if I missed it, but is this sword special or necessary? Okay, so every character has a character quest. I believe, I'm not sure actually when. When is the only one that might not. I don't remember if she does or not. But either way, his character quest is that he had a sword that was forged specifically for him when he entered military service. And that sword was something he was supposed to carry with him until he died. And he doesn't have it. So he can't go home, because if he does go home, he'll be killed on sight for not having his sword. So we need to get his sword back. It is a special sword that only he can use, and it's got a special name. It's got decent stats for mid-game, but towards the end of the game, it's outclassed. But you still want to keep it on him. Alright, so, what was I gonna... Oh, yes, I remember. Kinda do want those. Alright. Gifts. Alright, so... Get the pet rock. Rare and Teven brandy. Bat loot. Alright, and... let's get some thoughtful gifts. Let's get like 20. Alright, so now... go over here. And we can give her the fat loot.
Why, thank you so much.
Shale gets the pet rock. And you get to name the pet rock. Herbert, we're gonna keep it as Herbert.
I'm to keep this, am I? Fine. I'm to keep...
Interesting.
Bring her back up. Alright, Zevran, we're gonna give the rare and Teven brandy.
You have excellent taste. You have
thoughtful
excellent
gifts,
taste.
thoughtful gifts.
How nice.
Sten is maxed.
You have my...
Why, thank you so
Anna.
much.
Alistair.
That looks
Ogren.
fine indeed.
Morgan. Alright, we're good. Now, let's talk to... Zevran.
I've a question, if I may.
Go ahead.
Well, here's the thing. I swore an oath to serve you, yes? And I understand the quest you're on, and this is all very fine and well. My question pertains to what you intend to do with me once this business is over with, as a point of curiosity.
So, here's the thing. You need to choose this if you want him to be on your side. You need to make sure that he understands that he's here to help you with the blight, and then, man, he's free to go. He can do whatever he wants because you guys are friends. That's important to always convey to him.
Could I? And what if I didn't wish to leave?
Alright, sorry, I had to deal with one of the chat things there. Alright, what if you did not wish to leave? Now, this right here is the flirting option. Scareborne is bisexual, and he will be romanceable by any race. He's the only character other than... No, I think he's the only character that's bisexual in this game. So, but, and he's a great romance option. Like he's got a really in-depth romantic, emotional romance storyline. It's actually really, really well written. So if you guys haven't experienced it and it's something that interests you, make sure you check that out. But he does have a really cool romance line. But we're going to keep it platonic because we are going to be romancing more again. So we're going to go ahead and say I could always use a friend.
Indeed. I might even be glad to call myself such, come to think of it. It is good to know what my options might be, but that is for another time. For now, we have much to do, yes?
Alright. Talk to Ogren.
There you are. Wanted to talk to you.
Go ahead.
Aye, here we go. You and I, we've... You know how sometimes you spend time with people and things?
Take your time, Ogren.
I was thinking, I do know some people out here on the surface. A person, actually. A girl I knew in Orzammar. Before I left, obviously.
Alright, who is she? Or we can do, and you want to go find her.
It'd be nice to talk to someone else who's been out here a while. Someone else from Orzammar.
Alright, who is she?
Her name's Felsi. She and I were friends after Branka left for the deep roads. I'm sure she's forgiven me by now. Thought maybe I'd track her down, see how she's been living.
Do you know how to find her?
Last I heard, she was gonna live with her mother on the surface near some lake. Clean Bad Lake, was it? Yeah, I sod it, I don't remember.
You mean Lake Calenhad? We can go there.
No, I think it was Clean Bad. I remember because I thought, yeah, that's right. Dirty good, clean bad. Yeah. But thanks for offering to take us there. You're a good friend, Warden. No, what was it you wanted to say?
Alright. Never mind.
Aye, alright then.
You could have taken his helmet off for the entire conversation, and you just waited till the very end. Well, thank you. Appreciate it. Alright, let's get this romance thing underway and get it knocked out.
I await your command.
Something more personal.
We are in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any.
Why are you still here?
I am here because Flemeth commanded me to aid you. Why? Do you wish me to leave? I can do so if you prefer.
No, I don't want you to leave. Okay, so
then I assume our discussion
Man,
ends
it's been a
here.
while since I've done this. So let's try that again.
I await your command. So, full of questions, are you?
Nope, none of these. Okay.
I await your command.
There we go.
At times, perhaps. A world full of people and buildings and things was all very foreign to me. If I wished companionship, I ran with the wolves and flew with the birds. If I spoke, 'twas to the trees.
I mean, that does actually sound pretty wonderful. Not gonna lie, that does sound pretty wonderful.
For a time, but one can only remain a child for so long. I recall the first time I crept beyond the edge of the wilds. I did so in animal form, remaining in the shadows and watching these strange townsfolk from afar. I happened upon a noblewoman by her carriage, adorned in sparkling garments, the likes of which I had never before seen. I was dazzled. This, to me, seemed what true wealth and beauty must be. I snuck up behind her and stole a hand mirror from the carriage. It was encrusted in gold and crystalline gemstones, and I hugged it to my chest with delight as I sped back to the wilds.
What happened then?
Flemeth was furious with me. I was a child and had not yet come into my full power, and I had risked discovery for the sake of a pretty bauble. To teach me a lesson, Flemeth took the mirror and smashed it upon the ground. I was heartbroken.
But you were just a child.
And a foolish one. Flemeth was right to break me of my fascination. Beauty and love are fleeting and have no meaning. Survival has meaning. Power has meaning. Without those lessons, I would not be here today, as difficult as they might have been.
But you needn't live that way any longer.
Do I not? I am still an apostate mage, even if I have left the wilds. The Darkspawn are yet undefeated? No, there is much that remains. To return to your original question, perhaps my time in the wilds was indeed lonely, but such was how it had to be. I find myself at times wondering what might have become of the girl with the beautiful golden mirror, but such fantasies have no place amidst reality.
That mirror story is significant. So, let's go. I can't. It's one of two locations that this mirror is located at. It's either in Orzammar or it's in... Alright, so we need...
Indeed.
Ben
Yes.
and Alistair. It's either in Denerim or Orzammar. So we're going to go to Orzammar first, because it won't trigger story stuff. Alright, fight.
Rough travels out here, eh? We even saw Darkspawn on the way in. We're delivering a message to the Chantry in Denerim. You? We saw a blood mage down near the Brazilian forest. We're off to tell the Chantry about him. I thought you said... Wait. You're serious?
Yeah. I'm serious, bud. So we're gonna go let us deliver it.
I suppose that's all right. As long as it gets there. Stay safe.
Alright, so now that we're here, let's go check the stores.
Have you seen my lunch? It's a piece of lichen bread with a spread of old... I'm only asking because... Right.
And there it is, the golden mirror. So now we're going to purchase this. And then we're going to have this dialogue here when we give it to Morrigan.
What have you there? A mirror? It is just the same as the mirror which Flemeth smashed on the ground so long ago. It is incredible that you found one so like it. I am uncertain what to say. You must wish something in return, certainly.
It's simply a present for a beautiful woman.
I have never received a gift. not one that did not also come with a price attached. But I would be a fool not to accept such a gesture with grace. Your gift is most thoughtful. Thank you.
Alright, folks, we're going to take a pause real quick. Stick with us to the break, and we will continue this adventure. Alright, we're back. Let's continue. Let's talk to Morrigan.
I have something for you.
Okay, what do you mean?
I mean that I have a gift for you. 'Tis a ring. Now, before you get any foolish notions, let me explain. Flemeth once gave me the ring because it allowed her to find me no matter where I went, in case I was ever captured by hunters. I disabled its power as soon as we left the wilds. Recently, however, I thought to change it. Now, I will be able to find whoever wears it instead.
It's a sweet gift, thank you. So she gave you a tracking device. So she can track you. Like, in modern society, that would be weird. But back then, and under those circumstances, it's like, okay, that makes sense.
It is not given out of sentimentality. I believe you are too important to risk. If you were captured, this ring would allow the rest of us to find you quickly.
Thank you for the gift.
You are welcome. Perhaps it will be useful someday.
Alright, so we're gonna put the ring on. Ooh. Ooh, that's a tough decision. I think we're not gonna put it on. I think we're actually just gonna hold on to it. Alright, let's talk to her again.
We are hardly alone, so privacy is not an option. It is your question, however. Ask what you will.
And kiss her.
What's this? 'Tis a rather odd discussion you seem to desire, leaning in so closely.
Do you object?
Not unless you stop.
And there you go. Alright. Now we can get back to... Well then...
I haven't eaten in days.
Don't you ever talk? What can I do for you?
And now we get to talk to this dude and give him the note from his master, because he's part of the Mage Collective quests that we picked up.
This ought to be interesting. Such diction. This man is a true scholar and rhetorician. I am honored to be fired by one such as he. Good day.
Alright. We have our party the way we need it. I think. Who do we have? Alistair Stanmore. Yep. Alright, so. Party camp. Do the romance thing first.
"'Tis cold in my tent, all alone."
Well, we can't have that.
"So you shall come to my tent? But whatever shall we do in that tiny little space together while we wait for it to warm?"
I'm sure I'll think of something.
Good. Then let us waste no more time with foolish talk.
There you go, Dragon Age Origin sex scenes.
I see the stories they tell of Grey Warden endurance are not exaggerated.
Oh, there are stories.
Indeed there are. The unanswered question, of course, is whether the endurance exists because of the taint within you, or because the Grey Wardens are by nature so very healthy. I enjoy the thought that 'tis a little of both. Natural prowess, driven by a darker side.
And so, what now?
That is entirely up to you. Simply know that I have no designs on your independence. I wish only to do what I desire, and if that coincides with what you desire, then so be it. And should you decide not to continue our misadventure, then so be it. Very simple, is it not?
And what about love? Does that enter to the picture?
Oh, now you ruin the mood by speaking profanities. Silly man. Come then, let us be off before the others begin to stare.
Alright, so. Let's see here.
If there's anything I can do for you, please tell me. I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Backpack. Gift.
Interesting. We're in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any.
Alright, so we'll leave this alone for now. We'll come back to it later. Be able to progress it then. So, let's take care of Ogren's thing real quick.
Yes.
Go back to Lake Galahad docks. This dude.
The client is very pleased. Come back soon.
We'll head on inside.
There she is. I'm gonna go talk to her. Look, you gotta back me up here. Got it?
So now we gotta be the best wingman ever.
Thanks, Warden. Just be ready to pry her off when she throws herself at me. We don't want to make a scene here. Well, don't pry her off me too soon. I mean, a little scene's all right. Are you sure you're not a baker? 'Cause you got a sodding nice set of buns.
Ogren, is that you?
Yeah, in the flesh, baby.
What are you doing here?
Just trying to kick back with a pint. Fighting Darkspawn's a lot of sodding work, you know?
You're fighting Darkspawn?
Remember, best wingman ever.
It was a bit of pain, but it was a personal favor for the King of Orzammar, you understand?
The whole surface to choose from, and you just happened to come to my tavern?
Well...
Tell her it's fate, man.
What? Oh, right. It's fate, Felsi. What can I say?
Fate? The ancestors must have a sense of humor, then.
Sure they do. You've had a good look at Lady Helmy, haven't you? If her face isn't a joke the ancestors are playing, I'm a Bronto's behind.
So, Lady Helmy must be a paragon of beauty, then.
Tell her you've been thinking about her, bud.
I've been thinking about you, Felsi.
What do you want, Ogren?
Nothing. Just thought I'd see how you were doing is all. Well, maybe that and grease up the Bronto, if you know what I mean.
Well, you've seen me. You'll have to go back to Orzammar for the Bronto.
And then we're gonna do the lie here.
Oh, the Queen needed a new fool, did she?
Oh, well, it's been fun, Felsi. But I better go.
Wait, you're leaving? You just got here. I haven't called you a shaft rat yet.
Well, you can't keep the archdemon waiting. You hurt its feelings and might just turn the whole blight around and go home. Nobody wants that.
Well, you don't need to fight it right now, do you? I mean, you could have a pint first. You could call me a surly Bronto. I could tell you that you smell like nug droppings.
I'll tell you what, I got some things I gotta do, but I'll come back for that pint when things are settled, you frigid deep stalker.
Fine, but you better not keep me waiting, you worthless copper-plated sword cast.
Wouldn't dream of it.
And there we go.
I still got it.
Well, I'm impressed. Let's go. Alright, so what are you leaving for? Go get her.
Don't you know anything about women? You gotta make 'em wait. Play hard to get. Might as well rest up while I can. You ready to go?
Alright, let's go.
Aye, alright then.
Let's see, can we change the party out? Yes, we can. Drop Ogren. And
blast it.
Bring Sten
Yes.
and Alistair. And now we go to Redcliffe Village. Make sure you have Alistair in your party the first time you get here. And if you're going after Sten's sword, you have to have Sten here too.
Time for more Darkspawn, I see.
Help your dwarven allies. battlefield. Looks like we didn't lose any dwarfs. Don't see any dwarf bodies. And I know that was a genlock, and that was those skeleton remains were genlock. So yeah, we didn't lose any dwarfs. Very nice, very nice.
Of course.
Look, can we talk for a moment? I need to tell you something. I should probably have told you earlier.
Let me get. Okay, so in my opinion, this is one of the Alistair's funnier lines. It's mean, but it is funny. Let me guess. You're an idiot.
Yes, that's right. I stopped you to tell you that I'm an idiot. Whew! Thank the Maker you know already. Now I can stop worrying I'll be found out.
That sounds suspiciously like sarcasm.
What can I say? I'm a witty idiot. But I'm trying to be serious here. Just listen. Well, let's see. How do I tell you this? We're almost at Redcliffe. Did I say how I know Arl Eamon exactly?
I think you said he raised you.
I'm a bastard. My mother was a serving girl at Redcliffe Castle, and she died when I was born. Arl Eamon took me in and raised me before I was sent to the Chantry. The reason he did that was because, well, because my father was King Marek, which made Kaelin my half-brother, I suppose.
So, you have to read the books to know about this little bit of information, but King Marek is his father, yes. His mother was not a serving girl, and his mother did not die, and his mother reappears in the third game. And when we go and find his mother, I will point her out and I will discuss her further. But his mother is not who he thinks she is, and she is very much still alive. So you're not just a bastard, but a royal bastard. Doesn't that make you heir to the throne? Because, I mean, if his brother is dead now, and it's a hereditary throne, it would go to the next in line, which would be Alistair, because he's the last of the bloodline.
Maker's breath, I hope not. I don't think so. You don't think so, do you? I'm a bastard. And nobody even knows about me. I would have told you, but it never really meant anything to me. I was inconvenient, a possible threat to Kaelin's rule, and so they kept me secret. I'd never talked about it to anyone. Everyone who knew either resented me for it or they coddled me. Even Duncan kept me out of the fighting because of it. I didn't want you to know as long as possible. I'm sorry.
Does Logain know?
Why wouldn't he? He was King Marek's best friend. I don't know if that means anything, though. I certainly never considered the idea that it might ever be important. Arl Eamon eventually married a young woman from Orlais, despite all the problems it caused with the king so soon after the war. He loved her a great deal. Anyway, the new Arlessa resented the rumors which pegged me as the Arl's bastard. They weren't true, but of course they existed. The Arl didn't care, but she did. So off I was packed to the nearest monastery at age 10. Just as well. The Arlessa made sure the castle wasn't a home to me by that point. She despised me.
She know the truth about you?
She may have, but I think it's more likely that she feared the rumors might be true. I can't blame her for that. I remember I had an amulet with Andraste's holy symbol on it. The only thing I had of my mother's. I was so furious at being sent away, I tore it off and threw it at the wall. And it shattered. Stupid, stupid thing to do. The Owl came by the monastery a few times to see how I was, but I was stubborn. I hated it there and blamed him for everything. And eventually he just stopped coming.
But you are heir to the throne, right?
Let's hope not. I'm the son of a commoner and a Grey Warden to boot. It was made very clear to me early on that there was no room for me raising any rebellions or such nonsense. And that's fine by me. No, if there's an heir to be found, it's Arl Eamon himself. He's not of royal blood, but he is Kaelin's uncle, and more importantly, very popular with the people. Though, if he's really as sick as we've heard... Oh no, I don't want to think about that. I really don't. So there you have it. Now can we move on? And I'll just pretend you still think I'm some nobody who was too lucky to die with the rest of the Grey Wardens.
As you command, my prince.
Oh, lovely. I'm going to regret this. Somehow I just know it.
I thought I saw travelers coming down the road, though I scarcely believed it. Have you come to help us? So you don't know? Has nobody out there heard?
There's a war going on if you haven't noticed.
We heard news about the king and all the fighting. That was before everything started here. We're under attack. Monsters come out of the castle every night and attack us until dawn. Everyone's been fighting and dying.
Apparently everyone seems to agree that a blight is the perfect time to start killing each other. Marvelous, really.
We've no army to defend us. No Arl and no king to send us help. So many are dead. And those left are terrified they're next.
Hold on, what is this evil that's attacking you?
I don't rightly know. I'm sorry, nobody does. I should take you to Ban Tegan. He's all that's holding us together. He'll want to see you.
Ban Tegan, Arl Eamon's brother. He's here.
Yes. It's not far, if you'll come with me.
It's Thomas, yes? And who are these people with you? They are obviously not simple travelers.
No, my lord. They just arrived, and I thought you would want to see them.
Well done, Thomas. Greetings, friends. My name is Tegan, Ban of Rainersphere, brother to the Arl.
I remember you, Ban Tegan, though the last time we met, I was a lot younger and covered in mud.
Covered in mud? Alistair? It is you, isn't it? You're alive! This is wonderful news.
Still alive, yes. Though not for long if Ten Loghain has anything to say about it.
Indeed. Loghain would have us believe all Grey Wardens died along with my nephew, amongst other things.
Not all of us died.
So you are a Grey Warden as well. A pleasure to meet you. I wish it were under better circumstances. You're here to see my brother. Unfortunately, that might be a problem. Eamon is gravely ill. No one has heard from the castle in days. No guards patrol the walls, and no one has responded to my shouts. The attack started a few nights ago. Evil things surged from the castle. We drove them back, but many perished during the assault.
Alright. Let's help.
There are no darkspawn here, and nothing to gain. It is a fool's errand.
Persuade?
Perhaps.
How pointless to help these villagers fight an impossible battle. One would think we had enough to contend with elsewhere.
Thank you. Thank you. This means more to me than you can guess. Thomas, please tell Murdoch what transpired. Then return to your post.
Yes, my lord.
Now then, there is much to do before night falls. I put 2 men in charge of the defense outside. Murdoch, the village mayor, is outside the chantry. Sir Perth, one of Eamon's knights, is just up the cliff at the windmill, watching the castle. You may discuss with them the preparations for the coming battle.
Alright, I'm on my way.
Very well. Luck be with you, my friend.
Alright. So, Jeddah is the woman that in the Ostagar, when we were in Ostagar, and you had to go out in the Kokari Wilds, and you go to the abandoned campsite, and it had the lockbox that you could get from the fire pit. This is who you give it to.
You're a Grey Warden, right? Were you in Ostagar? In the Kokari Wilds? My husband and son went there to bring the chant of light to the chastened, but I haven't heard from them since.
Are you Jeddah?
I am. You've heard of me?
And then I have something here from your husband.
Oh? Oh, his lockbox. If you're bringing me this... Oh no, I'm sorry. Thank you so much for bringing this to me. It means a lot too. Maker's blessings upon you.
Woo. And then...
I'm scared, Mother. When are the bad men coming?
Soon, darling. Don't
Good
worry.
day.
Everything will be all right.
I'm so scared, Father. Sorry.
What are we going
Am I
to do?
bothering you? I'll try to be more quiet. Those things dragged my mother away. I don't know what happened to her, but I hear her screaming all the time, everywhere. And now my brother Bevan, he ran off. I don't know where he is. I'm so scared they got him too.
Don't worry, I'll look for him.
You will? Thank you so much. Please find him.
Silence, girl.
Alright. Now, out here... There's a couple things we gotta
Is
do
this
out
where
here.
humans keep all their wisdom?
Still no sign of them coming back from the castle,
Talk to Murdoch.
So you're the Grey Warden, are you? I heard they all died with the king.
There we go. I'm not here to chat. What can I do to help?
We need what little armor and weapons we got repaired, and quickly, or half of us will be fighting without either. Owen's the only blacksmith who can do it, but the stubborn fool refuses to even talk. If we're to be ready for tonight, we'll need that crotchety bastard's help.
I'll see what I can do.
I'd appreciate it. If he doesn't help, he'll die like the rest of us. What good will that do anyone then?
So we'll deal with that, because he's right here.
Go away. Curse you! Leave me in peace! You've already taken everything out of my stores. There's nothing left.
Intimidate.
I am. Alright, just don't destroy anything, damn you!
Somebody's been drinking.
So, I open the door. I've got nothing of value for you. The militia's taken whatever I had. So if you're here to beat on a sad old man, then all I ask is you get on with it. I don't have much to live for as it is.
Alright, the militia needs your help desperately.
Why should I help Murdoch when he won't help me? My girl, Velena, is one of the Alessa's maids, and she's trapped up there in the castle, but the mayor won't send anyone for her. She's been my life since my wife passed on 2 years ago. Now she's dead, or soon to be. I don't care what happens to me or the village, or anyone!
I will rescue your daughter.
It'd do me the world of good to think maybe someone like you could go in and find her. Provided any of us live through the night.
You'll run across her anyway, so just accept the quest. And then I will do my best. What about the militia? They need your help.
If you look for Velena, I'll reopen the smithy and make some repairs for the militia. I can do that much.
Alright, I'll do my best.
Not good enough. Murdoch said the same damn thing, and I didn't believe him either.
You were asking a great deal, you wretched little man.
I want a promise. Promise me that you'll look for her. That you'll bring her back to me if you can.
Alright, I promise I'll find her.
I'll accept that. It's something to hope for, at least.
Oh, lovely. Shall we next begin rescuing kittens from trees?
Is this a promise we will not keep?
Let's hope not.
What's this?
I said nothing to you, human.
Right then. It seems I have some work to do relighting the forge, and I suppose I'll have to find some iron. Maybe at the mill. Murdoch just better send his men here as soon as possible if I'm gonna get to all these repairs and get them done by nightfall. If you need anything done, well, just let me know. I've got a lot to do now, so you'll have to excuse me.
Alright. Move the crate.
Hey, I see. I don't think there's anything you'll need in there. But it's hard to say. I was in a bit of a rush when I filled it up.
Couldn't the militia use this?
Not if I'm going to repair the equipment they have. That stuff is old, anyhow. Yeah, let me open it for you. I have the key.
And now you get some free stuff. Woo. It's all trash, but it's still free stuff. It still sells. Alright, so before we talk to Murdoch, we're gonna come on.
Why are you here?
Excuse me?
Obviously you are no priestess, but shouldn't you be running a shop or a farm somewhere rather than fighting?
You think to tell me my place, Kunari? You are very brave.
It is not done.
But it is done. Do not be such a blind fool.
I speak the truth. It is not I who is blind.
Look around you then. You see women throughout this land, fighters and mages both.
That has yet to be proven.
Which, that they fight? Or that they are female?
Either.
So I am not truly a woman to you, hmm? 'Tis good to know.
Alright. Let's see, where are you at, bud? The other house. This one.
Wonderful. Intruders. I hope you have a good reason for breaking and entering into my home.
I'm looking for the Quinari sword you bought.
You broke into my house for that?
Surrender the blade before I lose patience, dwarf.
So it's your sword. Farron didn't mention he took it off a live giant.
How much do you want for it?
I'll let it go for 6 sovereigns. The number's got a nice sound to it, don't you think?
Let's just pay it.
That wasn't so bad, was it? Now, why don't you take your sword and leave?
What are you doing shut up in here?
Surviving. We have supplies to last for quite some time. And my boys and I can swing a weapon better than any of those fools out there.
You should be out there helping defend the village.
Why? When did this town ever rush to my rescue?
You're a coward.
You look more than competent. With you out there, they don't really need me, do they?
Intimidate. Either die out there, or here and now.
So, that's what it comes down to, huh? Fine. I'll go. If you want me out there so badly.
Good man.
Spoken like someone who doesn't know me very well. Go tell Murdoch he won. And I better see you out there in the square when those creatures come.
Alright. So now, we have Sten's sword under the gifts. So we'll go to Sten and give him the gift.
Strange. I had almost forgotten it. Completion. Are you sure you are a Grey Warden? I think you must be an Ashkari to find a single lost blade in a country at war.
You're welcome, Sten.
I would thank you for this, if I knew how. And I could deliver a much more satisfying answer to the Arishok's question if the Blight were ended. Don't you agree?
Absolutely.
Then lead the way.
And now, that completes Sten's quest. And that gives us a Sala. So as you can see, it's already stronger than the Forge Hammer. So we're going to go ahead and put that on there. I'm going to give you Haramont's Staff. Alright. Next, once you've done that, you need to come over to this building right here, the general store. And you need to inspect these barrels.
All over now.
And once you got those barrels inspected, it's oil, and you can tell Sir Perth about it, and he'll be able to use it in the defense. Alright, so we'll go down this way here to Caitlin's home. And right here, open the dresser.
Ah, what are you doing? All right, I'll come out. Please, don't hurt me. I'll go back to the Chantry if you want. I didn't mean any harm.
First tell me what you were doing in there.
I can't tell you. It's a secret.
Persuade.
You could. Alright, I guess. Father said I could have his sword when I grew up. It was Grandfather's. And Grandfather was a great dragon slayer. I thought, if I was brave like Grandfather, I could use his sword and kill the bad people who took Mother.
Where's the sword now?
In the chest. In Mother's room. Father gave me a key, but I'm not supposed to give it to anyone.
Again, persuade.
I guess you're right. I should help defend the village, shouldn't I? Father would have if he were here. Oh, alright. Here's the key. I hope you use it to kill a lot of those bad people. I should go back to the Chantry. Good luck.
Alright, so now that he's given you the key, you can go upstairs here. And the key will open up
I have done it.
This chest, and you get the green blade. The green blade is, again, fairly decent for mid-tier gameplay. So, we're gonna go ahead and take that. Alright. Now, before we talk to Murdoch,
Stop fidgeting.
So we got these guys out here now.
Out here to win.
No, we don't have a med alive.
We're gonna come up here, and we're gonna see what else we can do. Right up here in the tavern. Talk to the militia guys.
We just come here to try and forget what's happening. Murdoch don't like us being here, but what can he do about it? We just come here to try and forget what's happening.
Friend.
Murdoch
It's nice
don't
to
like
know
us
someone
being here,
cared.
I
There we
can't
go.
believe Lloyd won't even give us some free ale. A time like this, and all he thinks about is turning a profit.
Did you expect any different? That bastard's always been cheaper than an tea from the hall.
Here we are defending the village, and he don't even have the decency to help us out.
He's charging you? That's outrageous.
You're telling me we're just trying to survive, and here he is making a profit.
What difference does it make? He won't care.
And
Another doomed soul come to drown their sorrows here, I see. If you came here for a drink, you'll have to talk to Lloyd. He's got a vice grip on the spigots. I'm just here to keep the boys from mutiny.
So how's business been?
What business? Without the castle soldiers, the only customers we have are local. And they're all in the militia with no money to spend. The few with any money are here, but it's not enough to justify working. Lloyd's a greasy pig. And if I didn't need this job so badly,
You don't care for Lloyd, I take it?
He gropes me and pays me next to nothing. But I suppose it could be worse. Not like I've got many options.
I could talk to Lloyd about this.
No, that'll just make things worse. And that's very sweet, but I'll be fine.
Alright. How about a raise then?
I'd like that. And maybe we could talk after the battle tonight. If we're still here, that is.
What about the elf in the corner?
Not much. He's very quiet. Says his name's Beric and he's here to meet his brother, but I think he's lying. He's a bit creepy.
Alright, I should go.
Keep safe.
Now that we've talked to these folks and Bella, now we're going to talk to Lloyd.
Hello there, friend. Can't say we've ever met before. Stranger to the village, I take it. Haven't had many travellers lately. All this nonsense is bad for business. Bet you regret coming, yes?
What do you mean?
Oh, you know, evil creatures, impending doom, civil war, and the Earl's dead in the castle. Makes you thirsty, don't it? So, what'll it be? You are here to drink, I hope.
I hear you're charging the militia for ale.
Why shouldn't I? They may not have much coin, but I'm not giving it away for free.
The money won't help you if you're dead.
Hey, there's no need for that kind of talk. That's murder.
Would anyone miss you?
Hey, look, see, 80 silvers. I could pay you to protect me. There's no need for any unpleasantness.
Intimidate?
Yes, of course. You could be part owner. No, full owner. Anything you need. Here's 80 silvers as your share of the profits. What else can I get you, partner?
Alright. I hear you're charging the militia for ale. Let's make sure that's...
Why shouldn't I? They may not have much coin, but I'm not giving it away for free.
Maybe not, but I would, and this is my tavern, remember?
Right, almost forgot about that. Well, they can have their ale for morale purposes and such. Right then, you men over there, drinks are on the house. All militia drink for free.
Oh, you're a saint, Lloyd. Ha ha!
If them creatures don't kill me, I swear they'll bleed me dry. What else can I get you, partner?
Alright. So how's business at my tavern?
Business is dead. Dead, dead, dead.
Answer some few questions.
Make them
Let's
quick.
see. We're gonna wait on
Right.
telling him to defend.
Have a nice day.
We will tell
Partner.
him to do so, but we're gonna wait. Alright, Bella.
So did I hear that right? This is your tavern now? Something you'd like? What business? Without the castle soldiers, the only customers we have are local. And they're all in the militia with no money to spend. The few with any money are here, but it's not enough to justify working. He gropes me and pays me next to nothing. But I suppose it could be worse. Not like I've got many options.
So now that we're in charge, we have other options here. So I'm the boss now. How about a raise? Or we can fire her. But we're gonna go ahead and give her a raise.
I'd like that. And maybe we could talk after the battle tonight. If we're still here, that is.
Oh, there she goes.
Keep safe.
So now she gets a raise. We are not going to talk to her after the battle because we're in a relationship. And we're going to talk to the elf now.
Not looking for company.
And here you're Berwick.
What? How did you know that? Well, that's my name. Why?
You seem awfully nervous. Why is that?
No reason. I just didn't know how you knew my name. That's all.
You said you were waiting on your brother.
My what? Oh, yes. He was supposed to meet me here. And then I got stuck here when monsters from the castle attacked.
Then why aren't you helping fight?
I was told I didn't have to. I stay in the chantry at night, and I come here to be alone, that's all. Look, just because you're an elf doesn't mean we should be friends. I was just told to... just leave me alone.
What do you mean? What were you told?
Nothing! Nobody told me to do anything. Just because you're a Grey Warden doesn't mean you can go around threatening people.
So, you got a couple choices here. We're gonna go with the persuade one.
But I never... Oh, all right, I'll tell you. Just don't hurt me. This is more than I bargained for. Look, they just paid me to watch the castle and send word if anything should change. But they never said anything about monsters. I haven't even been able to report anything since this started. I'm stuck, same as you, I swear.
How do I know you're telling the truth? This is important. You have to ask him this bit.
Here, this is a letter from them. It has instructions and everything. Keep it, do whatever you want with it. I just thought I was serving the king and making a bit of coin on the side. You have to believe me.
Alright, so what he gave us is the contract, essentially. So that is now evidence that can be used later in the game. So that's important to get. Alright, so now we're going to tell him he should help defend Redcliffe, and this gives us another fighter outside.
Fitting.
Oh, all right. I'll do it. Thank you for your mercy. I won't forget it.
Now, you can keep coming back to this place throughout the game and getting profits from Lloyd, but the other thing you can do,
partner,
is when you go into his
Right,
inventory.
Of course, it's free for you, being a partner and all.
Is you can legitimately go in here and just take anything that you want for free. So take everything. You'll still get your profits throughout the game if you remember to come back. If not, again, you still got a lot of free stuff. Alright, so now that we own the tavern, the militia's taken care of, so the morale is higher. And Bella's got her raise, and Berwick gave us the evidence, and now he's out defending, Dwen's out defending. We're gonna go in here because there's a Blackstoner regular quest. And you have to do this before the attack at night. When you come to Redcliffe Village, you can't leave. If you leave, the attack on the village is successful. So you have to stay. So make sure you grab this before the fight.
Yes, what can I do for you? I knew this time would come. I should have listened to my wife. Don't sign that paper, she said. They might pay you a few sovereigns now, but they'll be back. Blast. I'll see you on the front lines, I suppose.
Okay.
Complete.
Let's see, can I change? I can change that now. Cool. cool.
Vashaden. You and the Grey Warden, huh?
I hope you're not referring to Alistair.
Does he like girls?
I believe the matter is still up for debate.
I'm right here, you know.
Anyway, you and the Grey Warden,
Do you actually have a question, Dwarf, or is it your intention simply to leer and drool?
stick with the classics. Leer and drool.
I thought so.
Alright, so here's Sir Perth and his
No
knights.
word from the
If
castle?
you have the dog with you, this is the landmark tree that it needs to be on to gain dominance in the area. Alright, so let's do the looty loot loot. And then Sir Perth.
Greetings, Grey Warden. I am as relieved as Ban Tegan is to see you here. I must admit, I do not know how to address an elf in your position. I do not wish to be rude.
We're gonna go with the Grey Warden term.
Grey Warden it is, then, and thank you kindly. I am Sir Perth, until recently in direct service of Arl Eamon of Redcliffe. For now, my charge is defending the village from these evil assaults. Would that I had chosen not to seek out the urn of sacred ashes. Perhaps I would have fended off whatever evil befell the castle, or perhaps I would be dead. Ah, well, with the Grey Warden aiding our defense, perhaps all is not lost.
Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to tell him about the oil that we found in the village store, which is the barrel we interacted with.
No one told me of this. Oil, you say? How much exactly?
Enough to set many monsters aflame.
Assuming that would hurt them. Yes, I see what you have in mind. That might be effective, if used carefully. Yes, excellent idea. I'll send some men to collect the oil. We'll use it to slow these creatures down. Have you anything else to ask me in the meantime?
Is there anything I can do to help?
We have sufficient armor and weapons, but my knights are too few to stand against the monsters without assistance. Perhaps you could approach Mother Hannah in the Chantry for some holy protection against these evil creatures. Otherwise, I do not know what else you could provide beyond your own talents. We're as prepared for the onslaught as we could possibly be, all things considered.
I'll see what I can do.
That gladdens my heart to hear it.
Alright. Is there anything else?
No, nothing comes to mind. If you have not spoken to the mayor, Murdoch, you should. His militia is far more in need of aid than we are.
Alright, carry on.
As you wish, Grey Warden. Make a watch over you.
Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go down, convince the mother to give us holy relics, quote unquote, and then bring them back to Sir Perth, and then we're gonna talk to Murdoch to wrap everything out. And there, let's see, where is he at? And there's Berwick over there. So, we added the dwarf, his two minions, Berwick. We got the militia's gear being repaired. The oil is set up top. We're gonna get the holy symbols, and then we'll be good to go. And talk to Caitlin.
Bevan said you were the one who found him. I can't possibly repay you.
About the sword I found in your home.
Bevan told me about Grandfather's sword. So you have it then? I suppose it won't go to waste, at least.
Perhaps I could pay you something for it. This is a moral decision. This is all this is. It doesn't affect anything else.
I have no idea what it's worth, to be honest. And you found Bevan. I couldn't ask you for money.
500 silver, that's 5 gold. It's nothing, and it is more than the sword is worth, so this is like the most kindness you can offer.
Oh, how generous we are today, it appears.
That's incredibly kind of you. Thank you so much. How can I ever repay you?
And just stay safe.
The Maker sent you. I just know it. Thank you again.
Alright.
Let us pray.
Sparkly.
Blessed art thou who exists
haven't
in the
mother
Maker's
and
sight.
father returned
Blessed
yet?
art thou who seeks his forgiveness. You are of elven blood and a stranger, yet you defend a home that is not your own. We are grateful for that.
Is there a reason I shouldn't help?
Many elves claim we wouldn't do the same in return. I would like to think that is not true, but I cannot speak for all. Allow me to introduce myself. I am revered Mother Hannah, head of this chantry, which for the moment is a place of refuge for these poor villagers. They are terrified of tonight's attack, and I fear these walls will not keep them safe. What can I do to help with your task?
There we go. There's the Sir Perth needs the holy protection for the knights.
I have done all I can for them. I pray for them each night and seek the Maker's forgiveness for their sins before they face their deaths. What Sir Perth seeks is something that is not in my power to give.
Can't you just bless them?
I can pray with them and give them my blessing, but Sir Perth wants me to call upon the Maker to shield them from evil.
Well, can't you just tell him the Maker will watch over him? Morale is a powerful thing, you know.
You mean you want me to let them think the Maker protects them in a real sense? I will not lie to them like that.
And we're gonna do the persuade.
I suppose their belief in the Maker's power could inspire them, but it just seems like trickery. Very well. If it keeps them alive, I will do what I must. I have a number of silver-cast holy symbols. Tell Sir Perth that he can have them, and that wearing them will confer the Maker's protection. Now please, let me tend to these poor folk. I must do what I can, and I suggest you do the same.
Alright. Let's go get that turned in.
The Knights of Redcliffe are ready to fight at your disposal.
You said you wanted holy protection?
Have you spoken to the revered mother? Has she offered anything?
We're gonna do the first one.
If they are the same as the symbols worn by their priests, well, that would more than suffice.
I'm glad I could help, because, again, morale is a powerful thing.
I will send some men to collect the amulets. Please give my regards to Mother Hannah for seeing some sense at last.
Alright, carry on.
As you wish, Grey Warden. Make a watch over you.
Alright, now we're gonna go back down and turn everything into Murdoch.
I hear you got the tavern serving the militia free ale now. While I don't favor my men being drunk come sundown, I suppose it helps morale to have their minds taken off what's to come. You have my thanks. Well, it looks like Owen's finally doing the repairs we need. The damn fool is falling over drunk and still manages to make smithying look easy. Good enough, I say. I'll inform Bantig and the militia is ready to fight. We'll give those bastards a welcome they won't soon forget.
So, we're going to tell him about Dwyn.
Thanks for persuading him to come out here. He's going to be a great help. I just know it.
Like to discuss something else?
There's not much time before sundown.
Alright. And now how is morale?
The men's spirits are high for now. Far better than I expected, to be honest. Dwyn's presence makes the men a bit more confident. It helps to know a veteran is on our side tonight.
My men are getting free drinks at the tavern. I suppose it's better to drown your fears rather than go mad waiting for certain death. I'm tempted to have a few ales myself. Since you convinced Owen to start repairs, we're pretty well armed now. That is a relief, let me tell you. Overall, I'd say the militia's very ready to fight. Never thought I'd say that, but there you go. Is there anything else?
Alright, let's do it.
Are you sure? There's still time left if you need to talk with Sir Perth or do anything else.
Nope, we're ready.
Then good luck to you. You'll need it.
And that's how you give yourself the maximum advantage in the beginning for this fight.
They're coming! Get to your positions! Make ready!
Now, your character placement does matter in a couple portions of this fight. One specific portion of this fight. Right here, be careful just not to run into the fire.
It's time, men.
Let's bring out Spider out. Wait for the fire. There we go. Now you know where the fire's at. Take out the fire.
So watch out. All right.
Let's get the blood!
As you desire. So watch out. Delighted. All right. Delighted. And so watch out.
Now, if you don't find the oil in the general store, and you don't tell Sir Perth about them, then there won't be any fire here. And the fire, as you can see, is doing constant damage to any of the skeletons that run in. So it is super helpful.
So watch out. As you desire. Of course.
And again, benefits of being an archer, you can sit back safely and engage the enemies at ridiculous distances while they're trying to get close enough to hit you. Do so.
The monsters are attacking from the lake! They're attacking the barricades! We need help!
Right, stay here.
Come on! We need to hurry!
Okay, loot first. So there was only one militia corpse, so we're good to go. And look, Berwick survived. So did Dwyn. So now this one is the one where your placement is important. You need to keep yourself as centered as possible in the middle of the militia. That way your companions will engage in all directions. If you get too shifted in one side or the other, then what ends up happening is your people won't defend all of the militia. Now, if you really want to be a dick and you really want to maximize your monetary gain, you could get out of this fight and wait for all of the militia to die, and all the knights to die, and then go through and clean up. You can do that, but there's no reason to, because the amount of coin you make off of all of this is so minuscule.
So watch out. All right. So watch out. All right. As you desire. Of course. All right. So watch out.
You want to stay with the militia. Don't go out chasing nothing.
As you desire. All right. Let's do this quickly. So watch out.
Begin the onslaught.
So watch out. Of course. So watch out. As you desire. All right. As you desire. So watch out.
So far, no militia corpses. And Murdoch's still alive. There he is. Alright, so we're gonna wait a little bit to see if this is gonna end or if we're gonna get more. Because sometimes this last little wave does get stuck, so you gotta kind of poke it, so to speak. And then you can run back to the militia. Sometimes there's little stragglers like that, so you gotta go look sometimes. There we go.
Dawn arrives, my friends, and all of us remain. We are victorious. And it is these good folk you see beside me that we have to thank for our lives today. Without their heroism, surely we would all have perished. I bow to you, sir. The Maker smiled on us when he sent you here in our darkest hour. Allow me to offer you this, the helm of Sir Ferris the Red, my great-uncle and hero of Ferelden. He would approve passing it to one so worthy.
Again, politeness.
Take it, then, and use it in good health.
Let us bow our heads and give honor to those who gave their lives in defense of Redcliffe. Now they walk with he who is their maker. Long may they know the peace of his love.
Remain silent, because you are a Dalish elf.
With the Maker's favor, the blow we delivered today is enough for me to enter the castle and seek out your Arl. Be wary and watch for signs of renewed attack. We shall return with news as soon as we are able. Now, we've no time to waste. Meet me at the mill. We can talk further there.
Alright, so what we need to do is take care of leveling up. Ooh. Do I want you to be inspirational? Or do I want you to be terrifying? We're gonna make you inspirational, bud. Get your strength up more. We're gonna get those. Alright. Of the red. When did dexterity tend to fire resistance? That's a heavy helm. Well, we'll get rid of it. We don't need it. 17 to strength. Look at that. 17 to strength. Let's chainmail. We don't need chip then. We have clear, so we don't need flawed. We don't need any of the maces. Where are you, Alistair? What are you running on your weapon? How does it compare? See the green blade, even though it's 2 tiers lower, it's actually better in damage output, better critical chance, but it's lower in the armor penetration. Three to strength, 3 constitution, resistance. Yeah, I think we're gonna keep him on Vanguard. Ogren, my dude. All right, I think we're good. Let's go sell all this. So before you go run in the castle, what you want to do is you want to come down here and go into the blacksmithy and talk to Orin and clean up your inventory.
Good to see you in one piece. Do you have news of Velena yet?
No, not yet.
Well, I'll give it some time. Now's the best time to go into the castle, though, and see for yourself. Remember, a promise is a promise.
Alright, let's talk business.
Right. I haven't got much, obviously, but I'll do whatever I can for you.
Sell all the junk. Boom. Why do we have so much stuff still? Start selling all of this. Ah, it's that stuff. Okay, okay. Gotta make some changes later. Alright, let's get another Doomsayer.
The end is upon us! The dead rise, and foul magic spreads across the land!
Alright. Save the game.
Odd how quiet the castle looks from here. You would think there was nobody inside at all. But I shouldn't delay things further. I had a plan. To enter the castle after the village was secure. There is a secret passage here, in the mill, accessible only to my family.
Alright. That's convenient.
Perhaps I should have gone into the castle earlier, but I could not leave the villagers. Maker's breath.
Tigan, thank the Maker you yet live.
Isolde, you're alive. How did you... What has happened?
I do not have much time to explain. I slipped away from the castle as soon as I saw the battle was over, and I must return quickly. And I need you to return with me, Tigan. Alone.
Careful, this could be an ambush.
What? Who is this man, Tigan?
You remember me, Lady Isolde, don't you?
Alistair. Of all the... Why are you here?
They are Grey Wardens, Isolde. I owe them my life.
Pardon me, I would exchange pleasantries, but... Considering the circumstances...
Please, Lady Isolde, we had no idea anyone was even alive within the castle. We must have some answers.
I know you need more of an explanation, but I don't know what is safe to tell. Tigan, there is a terrible evil within the castle. The dead waken and haunt the living. The maid responsible was caught, but still it continues. And I think Connor is going mad. We have survived, but he won't flee the castle. He has seen so much death. You must help him, Tigan. You are his uncle. You could reason with him. I do not know what else to do.
Then we must decide quickly.
The king is dead, and we need my brother now more than ever. I will return to the castle with you, Isolde.
Thank the Maker. Bless you, Tigan. Bless you.
Alright, seems we have little choice.
I have no illusions of dealing with this evil alone. You, on the other hand, have proven quite formidable. Isolde, can you excuse us for a moment? We must confer in private before I return to the castle with you.
Please do not take too long. I will be by the bridge.
Here's what I propose. I go in with Isolde, and you enter the castle using the secret passage. My signet ring unlocks the door. Perhaps I will distract whatever evil is inside and increase your chances of getting in unnoticed. What do you say?
Alright. What exactly am I to do in there? No, we're gonna go with good. This is the way I'd prefer it.
Then it's for the best. I would prefer to go inside with you, but I have no choice in the matter. Sir Perth and his men can watch for danger at the castle entrance. If you can open the gates from within, they can move in and help you. I don't think there's anyone else who can help you. If you choose not to go, then it's up to me to do what I can. Here is my signet ring. It will open the lock on the door in the mill. Whatever you do, Eamon is the priority here. If you have to, just get him out of there. Isolde, me, and anyone else, we are expendable.
I don't believe that. I will rescue you all.
You are a good man. The Maker smiled on me indeed when he sent you to Redcliffe. But I can delay no longer. Allow me to bid you farewell. And good luck.
Alright. So, now, we've got choices. The one that I would recommend. Let's see if it's going to allow us to do it or if it's been changed. We'll save just in case. Actually, we'll save there just in case. Secret passage. Loot.
Well, let's just deal with these ones and move on. Alright, as you desire. Oh, so I shall. Alright, and so I shall. So I shall. Alright, as you desire. So I shall, as you desire.
Let's make her a healer. Alright, so what we've done is we've done the one that she can activate the flaming weapons, the frost weapons automatically. If she's surrounded by two enemies, she'll do the Mind Blast, which pushes everyone away. She can heal herself with the Drain Life, she can shoot Arcane Bolts, and then the other thing is she will start doing group healing. Save.
Hello? Who's there? Is there anyone alive out there? Wait, you don't look like the Arlessa's guards. Are you from outside the castle?
Are you the mage that Lady Isolde
You've spoken to her? Then you know what I did.
No, I didn't ask.
I see. Then perhaps some explanation is in order. My name is Jowan. I'm a mage Lady Isolde hired to tutor her son Connor. Until they, threw me into the dungeon here.
So for those who don't know, if you do the circle tower beginning, Jowen is your mage character's best friend. And the one that performs blood magic to break out of the circle tower after destroying his phylactery so he couldn't be tracked. So that's who this character is.
You don't know? I thought everyone knew. I poisoned Al Eamon.
What? And you admitted to it?
I'm not proud of it. The Arlessa had no idea what I was hired to do when she took me in to tutor Connor. I know it looks suspicious, but I'm not responsible for the creatures and the killings in the castle. I was already imprisoned when all that began. At first, Lady Isolde came here with her men, demanding that I reverse what I'd done. I thought she meant my poisoning of the Arl. That's the first I heard about the walking corpses. She thought I'd summoned a demon to torment her family and destroy Redcliffe. She had me tortured. There was nothing I could do or say that would appease her. So they left me to rot.
Why did you poison Arl Eamon?
I was instructed to by Terran Loghain. I was told that Arl Eamon was a threat to Ferelden, that if I dealt with him, Loghain would settle matters with the Circle. You see, I'm a Maleficar, a blood mage.
You? A blood mage? Truly? I would never have guessed.
A blood mage? Well, that isn't good.
I dabbled in the forbidden arts, and they condemned me to death for it. I thought Loghain was giving me a chance to redeem myself. But he's abandoned me here, hasn't he? Everything's fallen apart, and I'm responsible. I have to make it right somehow. I have to.
So Terran Loghain himself hired you?
Yes. When the Templars caught me, they brought me to Denerim to await execution. Eventually, someone came to see me, alone. It was the Terran. I'd seen paintings of him, so I knew. I thought he'd have me executed right there. But he said I could make up for my crime. He said I would be helping the country.
All right. Why is Arl Eamon a threat exactly?
He only said that Arl Eamon was dangerous to the nation. Why wouldn't I believe Terran Loghain? Connor had started to show signs. Lady Isolde was terrified the Circle of Magi would take him away for training.
Connor? A mage? I can't believe it.
She sought an apostate, a mage outside the Circle, to teach her son in secret so he could learn to hide his talent. Her husband had no idea.
And somehow the robes and the staff didn't give it away.
I never meant for it to end like this. I swear. Let me help you fix this.
I say this boy could still be of use to us, but if not, then let him go. Why keep him prisoner here?
Hey, let's not forget he's a blood mage. You can't just set a blood mage free.
Better to slay him. Better to punish him for his choices. Is this Alistair who speaks, or the Templar?
I'd say it's common sense. We don't even know the whole story yet.
Give me a chance, please.
Okay, so we're gonna keep him in a cell for now because we need him to be there.
Then I will wait. If you change your mind, I will be here.
Delighted. All right. Of course. Let's find out.
Off we go to combat! Let's have at it!
All right. And so I shall.
Shame about the face!
Delighted. Of course.
Alright, liquid dungeon. Alright, now from here, we bring the spider out. Oh, she's gonna double feed that. She's double feeding. We have to change her tactics. There we go. She was doing both of the fire and the ice enchantments back and forth. So we had to change that out.
Alright, and so I shall. Delighted. Of course. Of course, delighted.
Alright. So clear the area of enemies first.
As you desire. Alright, delighted. Of course. And so I shall. As you desire. Alright, delighted. Of course.
Okay, back into the hall and come down here in this corner room.
As you
is the
desire.
next room where
So
you
I shall.
actually serve these
All done.
Armory. Alright, Ogren. Are you not doing the thing? That is why you're not doing the thing. That makes sense. Okay. So we'll actually leave that alone for now. Alright, let's see. What did we get? Trash, 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 trash. Trash. Oh yeah, Oregon's a little upset. We gotta fix that.
Fall!
Alright, there we go. Let's finish the fight.
Now, what's all this? Alright, delighted. Well, let's just deal with these ones and move on. Delighted. All right. Of course. Delighted. All right. And so I shall. As you desire. Of course. Delighted. So I shall. All right. Of course. All right. Delighted. As you desire. And so I shall. Of course. All right. Delighted. As you desire. And so I shall.
'Tis too easy.
All right. Of course. All right. I just like it. Of course. And so I shall. All right. shall. Of course, as you desire.
Yeah, that's right. What did I tell you?
Alright, so we got that all taken care of. We can wrap around.
I would watch out were I you.
There it is.
All right. As you desire. As you desire.
Get everybody up. Come on.
Delighted. All right. So I shall. Delighted. All right.
Alright, and this final room in this hall is where the blacksmith's daughter is.
Please, don't hurt me.
Calm down, I'm not gonna hurt you.
I'm sorry. I'm so frightened. These monsters are everywhere. My name's Valena. The Arlessa's maid. Is she all right? What happened to everyone?
The smith's daughter?
You know my father. I want to go back to the village. Is there a way out of here?
There's a tunnel leading out of the dungeon.
But the monsters!
I've killed most of them, it's safe.
I'll find my way. I can run fast and I know the castle. Thank you.
And there we go. Promise fulfilled. Alright, save. Because we made decent progress. And then we'll go in and finish this.
The unnatural are always so good. So I shall. So I shall. All right. Delighted.
Into the basement. And we lost our spider.
Complete.
What was that we just picked up? Steel bracers, okay. All right. Save. I really do want the spider in this next fight, so we are going to wait for that cooldown. It goes so slow. Man, that is such a ridiculous cooldown timer on that. We're not waiting that long. Sucks. I wanted this. I wanted him in this fight. Specifically.
As you desire. Of course.
Because of that guy right there. Whoa. Hey, no, listen, chill. Alright guys, come on. This way. Get off the corpse. There we go. If you have the dog with you, this tree is the landmark tree to enact the dog's dominance for the map. So right when you come out through that door. So you can immediately bring the dog over here, get the dominance before you trigger the fight.
No.
No. Who's on the other side? Sir Perth and his knights. Ah, there's the lever.
You have opened the gates. That is good. My men and I are eager to see our Arl again. Shall we enter the main hall together? It must be held if we are to regain control of the castle.
Yes, let's go to the hall together.
Excellent. Let us go now then, and see what awaits us there.
So these are our visitors. The ones you told me about, Mother.
Yes, Connor.
And this is the one who defeated my soldiers. The ones I sent to reclaim my village.
Yes.
And now it's staring at me. What is it, Mother? I can't see it well enough.
This is an elf, Connor. You've seen elves before. We have them here in the castle.
Oh, I remember. I had their ears cut off and fed to the dogs. The dogs chew for hours. Shall I send it to the kennels, Mother?
Connor, I beg you. Don't hurt anyone.
Mother? What's happening? Where am I?
Oh, thank the Maker. Connor, can you hear me?
Get away from me, fool woman! You are beginning to bore me.
Maker's breath. What has happened here?
Grey Warden, please don't hurt my son. He is not responsible for what he does.
I have no intention of hurting him.
I wish I could say the same. Wait! No, I don't.
Connor didn't mean to do this. It was that mage, the one who poisoned Demon. He started all this. He summoned this demon. Connor was just trying to help his father.
And made a deal with the demon to do so? Foolish child.
It was a fair deal. Father is alive, just as I wanted. Now it's my turn to sit on the throne and send out armies to conquer the world. Nobody tells me what to do anymore.
Nobody tells him what to do. Nobody! Ha 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 ha!
Quiet, Uncle! I warned you what would happen if you kept shouting, didn't I? Yes, I did. But let's keep things civil. This man will have the audience he seeks. Tell us, what have you come here for?
Well, we're gonna stop him.
I'm not finished playing. You can't make me stop. I think it's trying to spoil my fun, Mother.
I don't think...
Of course you don't! Ever since you sent the knights away, you do nothing but deprive me of my fun. Frankly, it's getting dull. I crave excitement and action. This man spoiled my sport by saving that stupid village, and now he'll repay me.
Of course.
Fight everybody.
As you desire. Delighted. Of course. Delighted. So I shall. All right. Of course. So I shall.
Another point.
Delighted. Of course, so I shall. All right.
Tegan. Oh, Tegan. Are you all right?
I am better now, I think. My mind is my own again.
Blessed Andraste. I would never have forgiven myself had you died. Not after I brought you here. The fool I am.
Won't get any argument here.
Please. Connor's not responsible for this. There must be some way we can save him.
You knew about this all along?
Yes. I didn't tell you because I believed we could help him. I still do.
Clearly the child is an abomination. There is only one way to stop it.
He's not always the demon you saw. Connor is still inside him, and sometimes he breaks through. Please. I just want to protect him.
Isn't that what started this? You hired the mage to teach Connor in secret, to protect him.
If they discovered Connor had magic, then they'd take him away. I thought if he learned just enough to hide it, then...
What are our options?
I wouldn't normally suggest slaying a child, but he's an abomination. I'm not sure there's any choice.
No? What about the mage? He could know something of this demon. If he still lives, we could speak to him.
He's down in the dungeon. He's still alive, see?
Then we should bring him here immediately. I do not know how much we can trust him. But we must find out what he knows. Tegan, could you find him?
I will try. Though if he resists, I will not hesitate to kill him. I'll return shortly.
You're lucky to be alive, Jowan. After all you've done.
I didn't summon any demon, Lady Isolde. But I did poison the Arl, and that started all this. I'm willing to help if you'll let me. The demon in Connor needs to be destroyed. Killing Connor is the easiest way to do that, certainly. But there is another way. A mage could confront the demon in the Fade, without hurting Connor himself.
What do you mean? Is the demon not within Connor?
Not physically. The demon approached Connor in the Fade while he dreamt, and controls him from there. We can use the connection between them to find the demon.
You can enter the Fade, then? And kill the demon without hurting my boy?
No, but I can enable another mage to do so. It normally requires lyrium and several mages. But I have... blood magic.
Blood magic is forbidden. It is not an option.
There's a way. I must know it. Please. Tell us what you mean, Jowan.
Lyrium provides the power for the ritual, but I can take that power from someone's life energy. This ritual requires a lot of it, however. All of it, in fact.
So, someone must die? Someone must be sacrificed?
Yes, and then we send another mage into the Fade. I can't enter because I'm doing the ritual. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything. It's not much of an option.
Is there no other method?
The power has to come from somewhere, and that means either lyrium or blood.
Then let it be my blood. I will be the sacrifice.
What? Isolde, are you mad? Eamon would never allow this.
Either someone kills my son to destroy that thing inside him, or I give my life so my son can live. To me, the answer is clear.
Blood magic. How can more evil be of any help here? Two wrongs don't make a right.
It does seem like a sensible choice, with a willing participant.
Connor is blameless in this. He should not have to pay the price.
It's up to you, my friend. You know more about such things than I do, and it's your companion going into the Fade. The decision is yours.
There must be another way to enter the Fade.
You can find lyrium and more mages at the Circle of Magi, if they would even do it.
The circle is not far from here?
That is an excellent point. One of the treaties is also for the Circle of Magi, after all.
The tower is about a day's journey across the lake. You could attempt to get the mages' help.
But what will happen here? Connor will not remain passive forever.
I will take the chance.
Very well. I will keep Jowan here as a precaution. He says he wants to help, so he will keep an eye on Connor with us. Go to the tower quickly, then. The longer you are away, the greater the chances of disaster.
All right. Finish any looting that you may not have wrapped up. Now, there's a couple choices here. You can go that way, which is the way you're supposed to go. I'm going to save the game just to make sure it doesn't force any choices. The other option is to come down here real quick, fight these.
All the noise stops. So I shall. The light. So I shall. As you desire. The light. Of course. All right.
Margaret wins again.
The light. As you desire. So I shall. The light. All right. So I shall. Of course. As you desire. All right. Of course. And so I shall. As you desire. The light. All right. Of course. And so I shall.
Alright, so now that all of that is taken care of,
I have done it. All over now.
this final... This final room in the hall here is actually an important item to pick up from the desk. Alistair's mother's amulet. 2 levels up. Let's do it. Need you to sit 42, bud. Fortress. Go with the assassin. We are gonna go with getting our dexterity up. We're gonna get our improved survival. Come on down here. Because we're trying to get the master archer, so we'll take this one. Alright, so now we're gonna go to Alistair. And you, bud, are gonna get a gift.
This is my mother's amulet. It has to be. But why isn't it broken? Where did you find it?
I found it in the Red Cliff Castle in the study.
Oh, the Arl study? Then he must have found the amulet after I threw it at the wall. And he repaired it and kept it. I don't understand. Why would he do that?
I don't know, but it's yours. Or, nope, here we go. Perhaps you mean more to him than you think.
I guess you could be right. We never really talked that much. And then the way I left... Thank you. I mean it. I thought I'd lost this to my own stupidity. I'll need to talk to him about this if he recovers from his... When he recovers, that is. I wish I'd had this a long time ago. Did you remember me mentioning it? Wow. Huh. I'm more used to people not really listening when I go on about things.
You're a friend, of course I remembered.
I don't know what to say. I'm honored. Thanks again.
Alright. Now don't go that way. So now we come out here.
I do not like this talk of possessions and spirit. Magic. It is unnatural.
Back into the courtyard. Loot, loot, loot. And now from here, what we're going to do is we're going to go to the camp. Because we got some equipment and stuff to change out for some people. But, more importantly, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be raiding out. Please stick with me for the raid. Let's see, who do we got? Who do we got? Let's go see. Susie Q. Let's go see some Susie Q. She's doing some Elder Scrolls Online. So let's start this raid up. Thank you all for being here. If you guys are on YouTube, hit those subscribe buttons. If you're on Twitch, hit those follow buttons. And keep an eye on the notifications. And we hope to see you guys in the future. Thank you all for being here.